Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Peace, family. This is Oni, inviting you to listen to the pro-black perspective, where black problems are addressed with black solutions.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.
Welcome to episode 45 of the Harsh Reality Podcast. And we're going old school today. I'm your host, D Webb. I'm joined by my esteemed co-host. We got the one and only, the originator of the squad. We got El Miguel back from his hiatus. El, what's good with you, bro?
I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Good to be back. See what's shaking for the night.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, bro. You know, still a little crippled, but you still good. You're still good to go to talk. And shout out to little L, little female L, had birthday last week. Shout out to the birthday. We getting old, Jack. Yeah, so shout out to that. And before we
wait. You gotta put runner up to state champ in gymnastic. That's where you gotta put the titles on there. You know, she should have got first, but she's over there playing around, so we gotta call it what it was. You know, runner up to the state champion, New Jersey State, six year. What is it? I forget the time, but you know, she plays second in the state. Goddamn it! We
need a fucking clap track in this motherfucker. I had it next week, but shit, that's dope. Very dope. Yeah, I hope you got some money left to spend because that gymnastics ain't about nothing too.
Bro. Money, and I had to end up getting a bunny out of that shit, bro. I said you place top 3 in the state, I get you what you want.
You got a bunny, dog?
So I have a bunny running around my house right now, bro. I feel like a whole zoo in my house.
You gotta live up to your promise. So salute to you for going through with that. I'm not playing no damn. We not doing no gymnastics though, bro. I ain't got the gymnastics money. But let's go ahead and start before we begin. Shout out to our KWAZ radio family. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Bitter Medicine Podcast, hosted by Koku, the Pro Black Perspective, who had a podcast or a stream earlier today, hosted by Oni, and Learning Curve, Revolutionary Matron Forecast, Brother Bakari, everybody over there. Make sure y'all go check them out at the KWAZ YouTube page. And lastly, the podcast on Patreon. Please donate. Of course, all proceeds will go to upgrading the show. And if y'all got anything y'all want to say to us, make sure y'all drop an email at theharshrealitypod@gmail.com. So now what we got, topic number 1, we got Johnathan Majors, Mr. Antagonist of Creed 3, Mr.
What's his name? That's how trash that movie was, because I don't even remember his name.
Yo, I never knew his name. Yo, I had to look
Damien. His name was Damien.
In the movie?
Yeah, that's a trash bad guy name.
I didn't even know his real name, dog. But
Johnathan Majors.
Yeah, I just know him from that fucking what's that one, that Lovecraft Country, yo.
Yeah, that was a good show. That was
a good show. They should have kept that going. They canceled it. But he was arrested recently for domestic violence, claiming his innocence, of course. To me, it seems most like the if you ever seen that Mike Epps comedy special, right? It's whoever get the phone first, other one's going to jail. The situation kind of sounds like that to me. So I kind of want to go into a couple of different things. I know you got a different perspective on it as well. What is your take on the Johnathan Majors thing?
I mean, I had one perspective really, and that was just you kind of see this, budding star, right? Played in a lot of good movies. Anytime you're in a Marvel movie or the the main antagonist in a Marvel movie, you got a bag, right? Love, like you mentioned, Lovecraft Country was dope. He's also in that movie Devotion, which was okay. But as you know, it's a big movie for him. So we're starting to see the breakout of Johnathan Majors. Black male. I call it the, who's in the hunt for the Will Smith title, right? Because Will Smith has to be replaced in Hollywood, right? Other than The Rock, Will Smith was one of them actors that could do everything, and we haven't really seen that. Michael B. Jordan there trying to put to the forefront, but Will Smith was blockbuster. You talking about Judgment, Independence Day, I Am Legend, Pursuit of Happiness. You've seen plethora of roles. And so it's always nice to see black males, especially that look like Johnathan Majors. No pause, but we're talking about deep-rooted African genetics that's being on the forefront of the screens, right? The forefront of a Marvel movie at that. And then what we're seeing is, right, well, who is his girlfriend? Do a little digging. Looks like he's been in a long-term relationship with, if you guess, let's guess the race game. You know what I'm saying?
A bunny.
Yeah, bunny for 1,000. So and we we can put two and two together. We know his name is in these streets kind of heavy, and I'm guessing the demands probably didn't match up with who he is, right? But then also too, like, if he did shake up his girlfriend or did slap her up, it's like, well, why do you think you can control these white women? Like these, this blueprint has been done 1,001 times before, and it's not to say it doesn't happen with black women either. But we just know that with black women, there's like a bit of plausibility, plausible deniability with it. But with white women, you going to jail. I seen the court record. He went to jail. Like he got booked. So whatever happened, he did get booked at the very least. And we see this time and time again. White woman gets angry, black star gets too big, who knows what, and he's going to jail. And it's just kind of sad because when we see these high profile actors and athletes, behind every one of them is a white woman, and almost behind their demise, generally white women too. So it's just kind of interesting. He in the media and in the a lot of his interviews, he comes off as a very like pro-black kind of guy, right? Kind of like regular and sort of kind of guy. Then it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess like how much of that is you really acting? Are you even acting for who you are? Trying to project yourself to sell a movie, right? Because behind the scenes you still have this white woman that is probably pissed at you for having probably a bunch of thoughts in your Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Johnathan Majors is that guy right now, right? And I think they just said that she backtracked her statements recently, and so it's kind of like, oh, okay, like but we see this time and time again where these big stars it's almost like they look for validation. I'm gonna go get that Bentley, I'm gonna go get that Rolex, and I'm gonna go get me a white woman, and it's I'm good to go in Hollywood.
I don't know if that's the full perspective, because I want to say, well, at least looking at the demographics, right? At least looking at the overall, black person, like you got 85% of black men marry black women, ain't like 89% of black women marry black men. So I think that carries over to a lot of things, but I think what's highlighted is people that don't marry within their race or whatever. I think that's more so highlighted. I don't think they're gonna. You see a black couple, a successful black couple, particularly in entertainment, they don't give a fuck about that. Look at Denzel, been married to the same black woman for umpteen million years. You don't never see her. You feel me? They don't never highlight her really. Maybe that's the dynamics of their relationship. But even athletes, look at Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook woman look like she fucking. It's in the color purple with him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, So a lot of these people look at Giannis. Giannis be bigging up his black wife all the time. You feel me? So I don't think that's highlighted. I think they want to put this thing out here like, oh, look at him, he's divesting.
But even to that though, I'm gonna just cut in for a quick second, right? Like even if 80, right? I think you put out the stat about 89% of black men are married to black women. But what is the percentage of black women that are actually married or that are actually in a running to get married? I think they say that 70% of all black women are unmarried currently. So I mean, you take 80% of 30, yeah, okay, then that leaves like what 15, 20% of all black women that get married, and out of that percentage, a percentage majority of that percentage marries black men. I think the biggest thing is that especially in these times, everybody's fighting for resources. Resources are scarce, inflation is high. And I think when you see, we're a celebrity worship culture. Everybody, white people, black people, Spanish people, Asian people, right? This is how they sell things. This is how they market things. And so when we see these figures at the forefront, you see Johnathan Majors everywhere, and then you see the woman that's standing behind them, it's like, all right, well, are you one of us, right? I think that's kind of what kind of hits everybody, right? It's just representation, and visualization of representation, right?
Let me ask you this, because I haven't seen the lady. Is she like ginger white woman, or she's like spicy white, bro?
Then ain't nobody seen her, but it's reported that he's been talking to this white lady they got like one picture. She looks like 100-pound soaking wet blonde white lady, like Cameron Diaz.
You got him Avril Lavigne or something.
Yeah. That's what it kind of looked like, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? If that's floats your boat. But if I'm looking at, right, like general purpose, right, like general things that's gonna happen, right? You get married, you have a 80% chance to wind up divorced, right? Just statistics, right? And I feel like if you have a white woman and you're rich and black, you have about a 70% chance to go to jail. I'm just saying, that's just how, if I'm looking at it, from why,
OJ, yeah, you doing the OJ comparison right now.
Divorced or in jail, you going out one or the other. And it's just kind of what it is, right? You seen him, and a lot of these high profile athletes, or just bow down gracefully and just do what she tell you.
Did Tiki Bar believe the black woman for the white woman? Or what happened?
I mean, but Tiki, he ain't had no mustache. Tiki had no facial hair. We're not claiming Tiki Barber. We're not doing that. Johnathan Majors was supposed to be, that's like visually pause. He looks like Michael B. Jordan, almost looks kind of like somewhere down the line you might have had a white grandfather, right? Right. And then you see Johnathan Majors, super big nose, pause. Like he just has these strong African genes at the forefront of Hollywood, right? Like representation matters. How many other actors do we know like that? Like other outside of Idris Elba, I know Idris Elba, right? But other than that, like how many other strong, dominant African genes do we see at the forefront of Hollywood? Not playing the side roles or the concierge or the butler or the sidekick. Like how many real like African genetics do we see in Hollywood? And when we see that, it was just nice to be like, all right, this us, right? This what made Barack and Michelle polarizing, because it's like, he ain't got him a white girl, he must be one of us, right? Like, like let's call it what it is. When we see them with the black woman, it gives hope, like,
it will change what you can do. Like, let's keep it a buck. If you're looking to be a polarizing figure in the black community and you don't have a black woman, it's almost like lowering your power. It's like going Super Saiyan. You can only you Trunks, you feel me? You can't go to the Goku level. You feel me? You are capped at this area, right? So it depends on what you're trying to do. But I think you brought up a good point though, as far as actors in general, you can't trust these actors in general. To me, are professional liars, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You gotta be somewhat of a psychopath. You gotta be somewhat of a sociopath in order to be an actor, because you have to encompass different personalities, things you never done. You have to believe your lie.
Yeah,
you feel me. you have to believe your lie. So that's why I never really take much stock in actors as activists or actors as leaders in the community or no shit, because you can't believe nothing they fucking say. They lie for a living, bro. They're the greatest liars in the history of liars.
And nor should they be, though, right? And nor should actors, that's their job, is to act and paint, tell a story, right? And nor should they be the activists. But, as far as visual representation, right, we see, the white man with the white woman, the Asian man with the Asian woman, and so on and so forth, right? And it's not many of us. I'm not putting the future of the black man on the black actors or the black family on the black actors, but I'm just talking about as far as just visual representation, because it does matter. You know what I'm saying? It does matter, right? Like, I ain't never heard so many people say the N-word until Tekashi 6ix9ine came out. You got so many racists that just feel comfortable saying the N-word. You know why? Because we allowed a Mexican person with rainbow hair to come out and make music that we all was bumping. Not me. I didn't like Tekashi.
Yeah, I ain't playing.
But generally, our community really was rocking with Tekashi 6ix9ine, a 5'6" Mexican, you know what I'm saying, with rainbow hair, and we was letting him shut the M-bomb. And then, representation wise, so if he could say it, I could say it too, because I'll beat Tekashi 6ix9ine.
That's common in New York, though. Them Puerto Ricans over there and shit been dropping in bombs. Fat Joe, you feel me?
Nah, maybe New York. Jersey, we ain't doing that.
New York, they definitely do that. New York,
Jersey, we ain't doing that. I'll be honest with you. Like, you might get one or two that.
Shit, you see that fight the other night? Damn, Colbert or whatever fought the I don't know if he's Mexican or Puerto Rican, but after the fight, he was like, "Man, you a fuck nigga." Like,
like what? Like, you feel me?
Looking so like a member of Menudo.
Representation matters, right? Because we look at these things, we process it, we normalize it, and then it's worse. Like Michael B. Jordan, if he had a white woman, you know what? It's like, oh well, he looked like he might got some European in his blood. Like, I could see that, right? Like you'll get that stereotype, right? But when you got a Johnathan Majors, Idris Elba, these people with strong genetic genes, and they get the shot in Hollywood, and then it's like, all right, well, who's supporting you, right? It's like a Becky. And then you end up in jail. You know what it's like? I told you so, nigga. I told you, nigga. You think you was exempt from the rule? You know what I'm saying? And so, and it's unfortunate. Like, he's at the height, right? Like, he got, at least two or three more Marvel movies where he's the bad guy. I think he's going to be on a couple of the TV shows on Disney Plus. He getting the bag. And this stops. It doesn't stop the bag, but you know how it is. If you accuse,
I seen some got canceled already. I seen some.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I forgot what the fuck it was. Somebody canceled something with him already. Like, all you gotta do is get accused.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings back to my original point, yo. Like, first and foremost, he in New York City when this happens. You already know about New York, bro. First and foremost, any domestic situation in New York City, somebody got to go to jail, bro.
They coming in with the narc deal.
But somebody got to go to jail, bro. It's like, pick who going to jail. You feel me? So that in itself, to me, is like that's some fuck shit. That's some overreactionary shit. It used to be like, yo, if no major injuries, we're going to issue you a no contact order. Then if you come around, you get arrested. But we live in this culture now. We're so hyper politicized, particularly leaning toward the woman, where if any accusation, bro, you gone. Yeah. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Get you a grilled cheese, get your fucking, whatever you got to get your change out going, drop your jewelry off at your other baby mama house because you got to go to jail for the night.
Yeah, I wonder if he brought his his hat in his cup. And, in interviews, he always carried that cup and that red. Like, I wonder if he brought that, like, see, it is me. I'm the real Johnathan Majors. This the original beanie. It's the original tin cup. Like,
but there's nothing sadder, bro, than having to hand off your cell phone, take your jewels off, you take your earring off before you get to the jail because you don't even want to put that shit in checkout. You feel me? So it sucks, man. Like that, this situation. And I think, because like you said, she already recounted. She probably thought about that bag. You feel me?
Still about that bag.
She thought about that bag.
But she had to think about the bag when she called the cops.
But they in emotion. Like, women are emotional creatures, bro.
Not anymore.
So they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go immediately into the bit. Like, I'm finna get this motherfucker sent to jail. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. It takes about 3-4 hours. So it'll be like, oh shit. I'm in this nigga apartment. Like,
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Ain't no black woman doing that off the rip. Not too many, bro. We seen Megan Thee Stallion get shot and she ain't even come out. She got shot, bro. Even we was like, we don't even think that happened. Now I look at the evidence, I'm thinking he shot her. He shot her, right? And she didn't even come out and say that. She got shot and was still trying to defend him to a point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it depends, bro.
She got shot in the foot and said, and I don't want him to go to jail. And then, you know, she felt some kind of way. And then, of course, if somebody...
Well, I say it depends if you're completely done. If you are completely done with the situation and that woman knows that she will take that to the extreme, you know.
We don't even know who she is. She can't be done with the situation because she not nobody.
I'm done with him. You feel me? Done with him. He probably was done with that whole Megan shit, which was some weird shit. Anyways,
what I'm saying is Johnathan Majors girl can't be done with him because she probably ain't finished extracting all the resources.
Oh no, she's nowhere near done.
That's what I'm saying.
Now she has leverage. Like it's even better for her because now she has leverage. You have a history of accusing this man of some shit. So now if he does anything in the future, it's automatic. They're not even gonna think about it.
You watched the last episode of Power? You watched Power at all?
Which one? They got like 4 of them.
Power Book 2 with THRP.
Nah.
Anyway, this is a spoiler. If you're watching Power and you ain't watching it, this is a spoiler. But at the end of it, the Hada son, the goon, he tell his dad, "This is my house now. I'll see you when I get home." That's pretty much what she doing right now. She telling him probably, "This is my house. This is my condo in New York. You know, I make sure you don't break your curfew. I need access to everything, phones, everything." Right, like she got the leverage, bro, and then it's just unfortunate because even like Omar, bro, what's his name? Not brother, brother Umar. If you gonna get jerked over, at least get jerked over by the black woman. Some resources go to her. You know what I'm saying? You about to have to get bribed by Becky, and she gonna go smash Bill and shit, and, and then they're gonna spend your millions on your behalf, like at least keep the money is always flowing out of our community. It's the ugly sight to see, right? Because I'm gonna sign this paper and I'll give you $3 million. Sure. And then we done. I'm single now. You're gonna come out in like a year, and we generally be accurate with this shit. But like maybe like a few months from now, he's gonna do a press tour. They're not gonna ask him. Then a couple people might ask him about it, but he gonna say, "But I'm single now." AK, I had to pay a large bag to get free.
But that's always how it is, right? Particularly, it used to be only if you was married, right? Only if you was married, you need to pay the bag to get about that situation. Now you paying girlfriends, dog.
Shit,
you paying
bro.
Baby mamas.
Cali, they got a squatter law out there, bro. If a female sends say you got a condo in Cali, and a female that you dating like send a couple pieces of mail to the crib, bro, you can't even kick her out legally. I've just found this out because people I've talked to living in Cali. This is squatter law. You can't even really invite people to your house like that because if they come over and they plotting on you and they send some mail to your house and you don't even know.
Oh, we seen that Chris Sean in Blueface situation where they, I think the dude was trying to kick out. What's the Whack 100 trying to kick out of Blueface mansion? She like, I ain't going no motherfucker.
Squatter law, bro. I live here. You can't kick me out. Even if
like, I ain't going no motherfucker. Well, what you mean? I ain't going nowhere. I'm here.
Yeah, but if he gets sued, guess what? That movie go to Krishan crazy ass, and I'd rather see her get it than Jillian. For real. Like, I mean, might sound selfish and nobody might not want to say it, might not be politically correct. But if you go and get fucking extorted, get extorted by the black woman, you'll keep the money in your house. She'll probably go smash a white dude anyway. But shit, you never know. You never know. Just keep it in house, goddammit.
I feel you. All right, so I think we hammered that one home. Let's move on to the next subject we got. Adam 22, I think that's what his fucking name is, of the No Jumper podcast, and we had Just Pearly Things. She is not cute, man. That's not one. He's a cute fucking white girl, y'all. But these people basically culture vultures, both podcasts, as you put, have been infamously made famous, talking about black issues, majority being built on black guests, employees, and both decided to kind of expand. It looks like they're trying to expand their audience where they're going on more so Hell, someone went on like white nationalist podcast.
Both of them had white nationalists on their podcast.
JustPearlyThings was just on Nick Fuentes, who was running around with Kanye, which was some weirdo shit. But we got a couple videos, so let's go ahead and share. The first one we got is Adam 22, where he's talking to these cats. So let's listen to this.
I was invited to your show of yours. I had to look up like 30 things. I thought you were inviting me to fuck you.
You thought I was black when you
no,
first
well,
got
yeah,
invited.
that too also. Well, because everyone said Adam does hip hop, so I didn't know you were just a slave owner and not the.
Wow.
Listen, I'm here to rep. Okay.
I like how. Oh Lord, bleep that. I
was invited to your show of yours. I had to look up like 30.
I thought you were a slave. Oh, you're the slave owner and not the.
But you know what's crazy when you listen to his employees and the people that have been rocking with him, he told them not to come on the show. Right, the ethnic people, the black person, I think he had a Spanish person working for him, said don't come on the show.
And they've got to.
So let's go in a second. I got two clips from the same podcast. Let's watch this one real quick.
The Annalisa woman hates black men. And they've got to do a huge argument over it. Oh, yeah. She's part of the divester community. So.
What the fuck is that?
Black women that want to abort black male babies and never date or be with black men. So they had an intense conversation.
How many of these are there?
A lot. I noticed because I've gotten a lot of talking points now. Whenever I fight with red pill black men online, there are more black women than I knew existed, even in the world, are on like these comment sections. Like, oh yeah, like you tell off these black men, Destiny, and I'm like, holy shit, okay.
Divestors. I gotta learn more about that. I had no fucking clue.
I feel like this isn't my business.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we do here. White guys with podcasts. Anything that's not our business is right for analysis.
Absolutely.
She like, nah.
She's like, I got a couple black dudes I'm smashing right now. Let me.
She like, nah. It reminds me of Jerry Seinfeld, that clip they had with that one comedian. I think they got canceled, and they was dropping N-bombs and shit. And Jerry Seinfeld was sitting there like, look here.
Yeah, like, but you know, it's crazy because, like, you know, I think Joe Budden's talked about this. A lot of other DJ academics, and they called out Adam 22. You know, he, him, Vlad, you know, and this is another example of this, how they control the media, right? Where, you know, black artists, black entertainers really built this man platform up. And this is how he does. He has black employees, black so-called friends, and now you're bringing on white nationalists. That's like a slap in the face. We wouldn't bring on Nazis. You know, if that's the case, if you did it for everybody, like if he brought on a Nazi and they start talking about the Holocaust and shit, then they'd be like, oh, he's just an asshole, right? But, you know, they specifically go out their way to, you know, pretty much spit in black people's face. Like, he got black friends or so-called friends and employees, and you bringing on a white nationalist and you cracking slave jokes with a white nationalist. With a racist.
Is this blue-haired fucking weirdo?
Yeah, weirdo that can't fight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Talk about all these black women. No, you don't. You how you know they real black women? They might just have a black avatar. You know what I'm saying? Like, on Call of Duty, I'm a country white dude from Alabama that dropped the N-bomb all the time on Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Because I be trying to play with the racist white people. They nice as hell. I'm trying to get my KDR up. You know what I'm saying? So you could be anybody. How do you know they real black women? You know what I'm saying? But you look at his face in the picture that you paused on. He having a good old time. Yo, this the best time of his life. Being able to, you know, saying all kind of racist stuff, you know, and you know, you got one for Pearly, or you just had it for Adam?
Oh no, we got more. We got more.
Let's go to the next one.
Second. Let's go to the clips.
The Pearly one crazier than that to me.
Oh, the Pearly went off the chain, bro. Went off the chain. Let's pull this up. I think this might be it right here.
Yo.
Oh yeah, this is it. So let's go back.
In Poland, they switched it out with Nigerians. It would be a completely different country.
Exactly. Yeah. How do you feel? Well, I don't want to get you in trouble, but I mean, do you think that makes me a white supremacist to say that?
No, that kind of makes sense, like what you're saying. Personally, I'm trying to get my Africans in America, so we're not gonna support that. Look at, please make it easy for me to immigrate next year.
Well, I will say, hey, they are more industrious than American blacks.
Get blessing in.
He can stay.
Whoa!
Whoa! And she was so comfortable. She said, "I'm trying to get my passport." She's like, "I'm trying to get me some man."
I'm trying to get me a plantation over in America with my African slaves. Damn it.
With Nick Fuentes. And she's with Nick Fuentes.
I watch Pearly. I ain't gonna hold you. I watch, I was watching on YouTube if I'm in the bed or whatnot, and all her cast is always black. It's always black women up there for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
It's always auntie, black older woman. She got the black British lady up there, that's like a feminist, but she pretty. She always got primarily black women up there. She got a black co-host. He cool, black dark skinned dude with locks. And it's like, bro, what would make you think? Oh, she put an apology. I ain't even heard the apology. Nah, it's too late.
Like you said, majority of the majority of our audience is. So let's go ahead and pull up the apology.
She ain't got no white girl tears. That ain't believable.
I did remove the interview. I again did not think through a lot of the repercussions of posting that, so I just removed it.
Nah, you thought.
If you do want to see the full interview, Obsidian did react to it. That's on his channel. The intention was not, I guess, to hide it. It was just, this might not have been the best move. I'm just going to remove it now. So again, racism has no place in society, and I do take accountability for bringing him on. Hindsight's always 20/20.
Nah, you need to take accountability for what you said, not for bringing him on. You need to take accountability for your words. Yo, see, this is how the devil work, right? This is how the devil be working. You taking accountability for bringing them on. Yo, we not saying you can't bring on the white nationalists and have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when you start agreeing, talking about, my Nigerian Africans, they work way harder than
they're more industrial.
Matter of fact, I hope the immigration laws change so I can get them over to America. Yo, you're talking about being a slave owner.
And you a ginger dog. You not even spicy. Bro, she not even spicy white.
You know what that's like? That's like when when the white ugly girl grow up in the hood and the black girls keep her. You know what I mean? We generally adopt the white people when they grow up around in our environments. You know what I'm saying?
They reject it. It's
especially
like
you a ginger. We know you're gonna probably end up ugly. Most genders turn out to not be attractive women. Yeah, I don't care what get flagged, right? And you rocking with us. We gonna rock with you anyway. We gonna show you how to do this Dougie, get your footwork right. We gonna make it so you can pull. How dare you? Your whole platform is based off of black. Because when she bring up these statistics about single parents and marriage, they're generally black statistics. Because the statistics, if you read between the lines when she brings, because I'll look up some of them, they're not like. The white woman don't have the same issues as the black woman. A lot of the stats she's bringing up are based around the black families. And it's like, so your whole thing is based around black culture. And when she was on Kevin Samuels, she didn't even have this position that she has on her show. When she came on Kevin Samuels' show, right, she was on there like, oh, I don't believe none of what you say. So now you take the black man's wave, right? You ride in the black man's wave after he dies. Put out his whole message as a white woman, get it popping. You bring on black people, have black people working for you. Most of her co-hosts are black. I think all her co-hosts are black. And then, right, Andrew Tate, he's half black. Even though he might not identify, he does identify, but he don't culturally, he don't identify. Brittany Renner's half black, right? So even the people that your biggest episodes, are still based off of black people. And you come on there and start talking about being a slave owner. You know what I mean, bro?
You know what though? That's the niche, bro. Because honestly, she's a ginger, not cute white woman. But if she says the stuff that Kevin Samuels kind of repeats what he says, repeats some of the manosphere shit that they say, she's a unicorn, right? You got the ginger, the white one, and you see a lot of black conservatives do this move, right? Whereas I'm gonna go over here and play in this niche where I'm different, right? you're more likely to succeed in areas where you're not the norm, right?
Of course.
If you're repeating if you're black and you're repeating like black Republican or just Democrat shit in general, you're like everybody else. You're nothing special. You file you with the other million motherfuckers, right? But if I go throw on a motherfucking MAGA hat and start repeating some other motherfucking shit, I'm special.
Well, like
right?
Candace Owens, Stacey Dash, right? Like, and those are pretty black women, right? Like Candace Owens, she's not supermodel, but she's not ugly, right? You put her over there, and they both look like the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they're fucking unicorns, dog. They
unicorn.
special. They special.
But ain't nothing about. But just hold on. Let's take a look at just Pearly's face right now, bro. You can't tell me you a Chicago homie. You can't tell me that she don't look like the typical white girl that the homies in the hood in Chicago will bring around that be having pay for all this shit. I was out in Iowa, bro. I was out in Chicago every now and then. She looked like the chick from Iowa that's in the hood getting bust down by the homies from the shop.
Yeah, for sure. She like you said, that's a niche thing though. In the hood, the little ginger is special. This is special. She probably got a daddy who's probably a fucking local school county board member.
No, her dad. She said her dad was a multimillionaire.
Well, I'm just saying in general, just the women that look like this that's in the hood. They daddy is some kind of fucking school council meeting, some kind of board county, maybe a lawyer or some
preacher, owner of church or some shit.
Yeah, it's something valuable to you when you in the hood. But if she's over there playing in the white national pool, she's nothing special, right? She's not a thin, pretty white girl with big tits.
Yeah, she's getting overlooked. They're gonna pass them to the incel kid from the rich dad who has some incel kids, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have an arrangement.
Even look at her, bro. She's so fucking bottom basement. Over there, she's a 2. You feel me?
Shit, if that, bro.
If that. But if you to the hood motherfucker who's got low self,
yo, she cool. She got some bread. We got some. She got her. Yo, get her the pass. Yo, let her say the N word.
She got ladies and shit, bro. Shit, we finna hop in. She finna smoke us out. She's an 8 over there, and that's the same way social media works, bro. This gingered white woman over there on the other side, she's nothing, right? She's not even cute. They won't even listen to her, bro.
But bro,
over here. She's somebody. She's
Let me ask you this though, right? Because this ain't a coincidence. The timing of both of these big pod. Because she got about 1 million subscribers on YouTube. You big. You got 1 million subscribers on YouTube. You're generating traffic, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look up Adam 22's how many he has because I'm probably
he's doing numbers. He doing numbers.
If she got just as many as him, that says a lot. Adam, let me go to No Jumper, but. To me, it's the timing, which was kind of alarming, right? Both of them had on white supremacists within like the same week. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, so is this like the new? Oh, he got 4.58 million subscribers. That's crazy.
He ain't fucking around.
You know what I mean? So, to me, it's almost like, so what is this reach? Because, the big thing, if you have a YouTube channel, if you understand analytics, they tell you a lot about your subscribers. Are they African Americans? That's why I never fill out these little data forms that they have you fill out, right? What's your name? What's your status? How old are you? Are you African? Give false information that throws the algorithm off, right?
Oh, even if you want to advertise, right? Because I've done some advertisement on past episodes. It asks you like, yo, who you want to advertise to, like, 35 to 50-year-olds who, listen to news or black African. Like, it has a whole category of who you can push your shit to if you want to push your shit.
And I'm guessing what's happening now is that the type of ads that you're going to get to run is based off of the demographic that you reach, right? Like if I'm a Pearly Things, I might get opportunity to push Honda ads, right? Because, I'm guessing most, just economically, I don't want to say racist, even though we are the number one consumer in buying Benzes, but that's another story. But, Hondas might be, I see a lot of brothers pushing Hondas, a lot of black families push, everybody pushing Hondas, right? But they might say, the average black family can economically afford a Honda, blah, blah, blah. Where the average white family, it might be a Benz, it might be an Audi. So in order to get that Audi and Benz revenue, you might need to market to white people, right? I'm just guessing. This is just what I'm throwing out there. Because there's no way, right? You can tell me that she comes off somewhat intelligent, right? Unless she just really culture vulturing, like you really just stealing and then regurgitating information. But I'm gonna just give her the benefit of the doubt that she's somewhat intelligent. You cannot tell me that these people that are building platforms based off of black people are going to invite white nationalists and racists, open racists, to their platform if they weren't trying to get into that white demographic of viewership. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's no way. You can't tell. She can't come on there and say what she want. You can't tell me you don't know. You're making money off of your show. You probably seeing the demographic that's watching the show. You can't tell me a person. She can't tell me that she's not aware of who's watching the show and who she wants to watch her show. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of alarming that both of them, and within like weeks of each other, oh, let's bring on some white nationalists. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that's not a coincidence. And I think it just kind of shows where, you know, who really still control this media thing. Kanye said it, Kyrie said it, you know, they said it in a different ways, but yo, here she is still with 1.37 million subscribers. Yo, her shit ain't changed. I looked at it this morning.
It's not gonna change. If anything, it might go up because now she's tapped. Not only does she tap into a different demographic, but people love controversy.
Oh, there's a bunch of white people at home like, ha ha ha, I felt the same way about my Nigerian friends.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing too, bro. It's the shift, bro. You're seeing a shift right now where people, you know, between Kanye bringing Nick Fuentes with him like he's a fucking bellboy and shit, you're seeing a shift, bro. You're gonna see a backlash. That's why I say, yo, between this reparations talk, between, you know, just in general, Joe Biden up there every 2 weeks, fucking, well, we need to give black people, you know, you're going to see a backlash, bro. You're going to see a backlash, particularly against when 13% of the population is upholded over the 85, 87% of the other population. You're going to see a turn. And right now, what you're seeing is these people like, yo, we see what's going on. So we're gonna try to meander into this gym. We're not gonna go hardcore, hard body because we know our audience, but we're gonna kind of be cool. We're gonna kind of be friendly with this demographic right here because we're gonna see the shift. And you're already seeing the shift, dog. You're already seeing the shift, and next year's election year is gonna be off the chain.
I think it's kind of funny too. Not funny, but it's almost like they laugh at us, right? Like, you know, between Black Lives Matter and then, you know, just how we march and don't really fuck nothing up. Right? I'm just call it what it is. Like, you know, you want to piss some white people off. You see how they get down. They went and stormed that Capitol like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to scare some people, you got to be ready to die for what you believe in. And as you know, in our community, because we're such a divided community as well, we don't really mobilize, right? We do a lot of talking, we do a lot of mobilization when it comes to protesting, but we don't really mobilize where it hurts. And it's almost like, I don't know, there was an article I read where they're trying to take away what's the act where they have to allow certain percentage of minorities into certain schools. What act is that? I forget. This is a common one, right? But what the Asians are saying is, right, like, why do you guys, like, for example, trying to get into Harvard, right? Asians are saying, well, I got some of the highest SAT scores in America and I can't get into Harvard, but this African American who got good SAT scores, he's getting in because of that law that they got to allow certain minorities in. And they're trying to now they're trying to get rid of that. I'm trying to think of what that is. I'm gonna have to Google it, but they're trying to get rid of it to make it a fair, right? Really, where race isn't involved, right? Where all they seeing is a number and a piece of paper and a name, right? And so really, you seeing this big, large push to me by whites and Asian Americans, right, to say, well, so what, right? They almost like when you start talking about slavery, because the other part of the Pearly thing, in that interview, they asked Nick Fuentes about the Holocaust. She said, do you believe, you know, he said something about he don't believe the Holocaust really happened, right? Kanye just said the same thing and got canceled. Mm-hmm. He ain't getting canceled for that, right?
Well, Nick Fuentes canceled. Nick Fuentes is canceled.
But he's still going to get the limelight, right?
Yeah, but he chose his path. He chose.
Yeah, he did. He
chose his lane, and the people who paying him are those people who will say the Holocaust didn't happen and things like that.
Pearly said, I don't believe that slavery really was that bad either. They wasn't even talking about slavery, and she came out and said that, right? So it's almost to me like, yeah, okay, how dare she say that? But this is now. Before they used to say this shit in privately. Now it's almost laughable And what's going to happen is they're going to normalize these conversations. They're going to normalize these conversations in big media, and they're going to get this uprising of people that's going to say, well, if y'all black people feel that way, show me the merit. Show me the merit. Right? And then what happens? Because we don't have the same kind of economic opportunities either. Now, some of that is you got to go make your opportunities, but it's a bigger issue than, oh, we free, everybody's on the same playing field. Nah, there's a whole point of how we've been classical conditioned in this nation to believe certain things about ourselves too, right? And this is a person, like when I walk into a boardroom every day, I'm a 250-pound black man in IT. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I walk into a room, it's uncomfortable. Not for me, because I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get my bag and go home. But, you know what I'm saying? But it's they can't even believe that I'm in the same space as them. And on top of that, the people that I talk to when they, people I ask, who, what do you do for a living? You do pretty good for yourself. I tell them what I do. They like, shit, bro. I ain't never seen nobody like it's a unicorn. And it's like, that's crazy, because we going into a society where it's all based off. Like, this is a normal. I'm not even nothing special in IT. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like I do like the bus driving in IT. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a bus driver in this shit. But, because we've been conditioned that we're not supposed to be engineers, we're not supposed to be scientists and biologists and all of these other things, right? That's part of that, right? And so I fear that these things in the media, when they're bringing on white nationalists to kick our backs in, and they can laugh about it, it's just going to make everybody feel that way. The white, they're still the CEOs, they're still the big managers at these companies. And then, what I fear is that it's going to normalize this thinking again. Oh, well, he's just a dumb nigger. You know what I mean? Like that's and that's what I fear, because why would they bring on white nationalists when your fan base is predominantly white? I mean, predominantly black. That's crazy. That's crazy.
They're gonna normalize it, but shit, like I said, but Kanye basically normalized it his damn self. You feel me? So that's probably where these type of people think that that's cool. They think they could pull it off at this point. Between Jim Crow Joe being in the shitty motherfucker that he is, between all of these things, right? You're gonna see that. And like you said, it sucks, because what's going to happen is the normal person, the 9 to 5 person, right, is going to have to deal with this shit in general. It's not going to just stay within these lanes of social media, right? You're going to see a pushback, bro. I've been saying it for the longest. I said, like, you're going to see a pushback, bro. Y'all think this shit is good. Y'all think this BLM, scamming the motherfucker out of people shit. Y'all think that shit's good,
bro. They got their bag, did damage, because you done pissed off all the white people, and they got their bag.
It ain't doing shit in the hood. Ain't no BLM fucking book bag drives.
You don't even see BLM vans riding around passing out flyers.
Ain't no schools. These motherfuckers ain't out here putting in work in the hood. I have never in my life, bro, seen these motherfuckers out here putting in any kind of work to change anybody's life significantly in no kind of way.
And niggas want to see president's tax records. Shit, we need to go look at their tax records. I want to see, but still
buying mansions and shit. It's already done. Doing fucking Cadillac commercials and all this other nonsense, and nothing has changed, bro.
I wonder how many t-shirts they done sold. They probably done caught a good 5 million
hoodies
t-shirts and shit.
Yeah, it's a hit, bro. So we just,
that's kind of crazy. You said hoodies, because you know what that reminded me of, right? We knocked Zimmerman for signing Skittles, but ain't like that the same shit though?
Yeah,
ain't that the same shit really? Like, oh, we gonna put BLM on a hoodie. It's Trayvon Martin. That's kind of crazy. That's sick, bro. This is
word it is. But shit, let's keep it pushing. We behind a bit.
I got my homework too.
Yeah, exactly. So we got the next one. We gotta look to the future, the top careers that will be replaced. We're gonna go to a different lane with AI within the next 20 years. We all know that AI is coming. AI is here. I would say a lot of the news stories you see are AI generated. You already have news articles where AI is writing it. You had them try to push an AI rapper, and it's gonna happen again. So basically, we're gonna kind of talk about, you know, staying ahead of the curve. And I'm gonna pull up an article real quick, which kind of states the top career fields which may be replaced by AI. What jobs are replaced by AI in 2022? This is a little bit old. This article is about a year old, but it goes into number one is customer service executives. I'm gonna do the top 5. We got bookkeeping and data entry. I'm surprised they still around. Receptionist, which is a weird one to me because you think people have to greet people. Proofreading, people still proofread. Manufacturing, we're going to top 10. Pharmaceutical work, so you farm techs out there, you might want to watch yourselves. Retail, of course. Retail, we can already see that where you have one person with 4 self-checkout lines. Soon it's gonna be the AI doing it. Courier services, which makes sense with the drones coming. Doctors, which is a interesting one.
That one been kind of on the cusp of, right, because they've already, I think they had robots that could do surgery for like the last decade and a half now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never heard of that one, but that's gonna be more prevalent. And number 10, interesting enough, soldiers. Like I said, robots submissive, no supervision. You're gonna see some fucking, you know,
Terminator. That's what they tell me. Skynet.
So let me ask you, you know, like somebody who's in IT, I think IT may even be on here if you go scroll down. Oh no, it's taxi driver.
Oh no, IT is definitely up there. Like
I seen another article that said coding and shit. That's
yeah, like, why would you have a coder? I can put a computer that could do it without any flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot, even law. Like there's an article out there that's pretty interesting that they had like some of the top lawyers in like an area from like certain schools, and they had a competition, and the AI spit out their verdict, and I guess they had like a 98% accuracy rate, however they judged it, and it took, I think, about a day for the actual lawyers to come up with a derived answer, and I believe they had a good answer, but it was like more flaws and stuff. So even law, like if you ever seen the movie Minority Report, gone. That's going to be a real thing. Accountants, right? For all you people, if you got nieces and nephews, and you know how it goes, job fairs come around and they talk about accounting. Oops, that's my fault. And they talk about accounting and I want to go be an accountant and make a lot of money. Like, don't do it, right? You can input that data, get it spit out by a robot, probably thousands of times over before humans.
Even now they doing that. I just got my taxes done and shit. It's like the lady didn't even like try to look up any tax code, no shit. She just put the fucking numbers in there. It's like I can do it. You feel me? So it's already pretty much AI, you know. And shout out to Oni, he said the soldiers are the scary one. Yeah, man. But honestly, like I said, that's been going on for forever.
I think it's all scary, right? Because you got to think, right? Like I think a lot of people think AI as a notion that, right, because really you got to understand what AI is too, right? There's different types of AI. You have your general AI, which is what you want it to do, and then you have your self-learning AI, which is always going to get better, right? And it's going to compute things a lot more efficiently. It's going to be able to do things way faster, way broader too, right? Be able to communicate, or you know, without being told what to do. And so you got to think automation with driving, right? And then that was one of them, right? Like truckers. If everything is networked on the road, why would you need a trucker, right? That's a big part of, like, if you go to jail and you do a bid and you come out, you could come out and make good money trucking. I know a lot of people that did that, you know, 6, 8, 10 years, got out, they truck and still make like 6 figures, right? So we're looking at the perspective of opportunities really just evaporating, not even going away. They're going to evaporate, right? And there's no governance right now with AI. Any company could go put AI out right now and use it as their own tool, as long as it doesn't do something crazy like hack another company. They're good. There's no governance in it, right? But if you look at, like, I think what, you know, kind of what people should look at is look at all the broadness of the industries that's going to be affected. We're talking services, transportation, law, governance, teaching. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, I think another article like a ton of teachers being replaced by AI. But I think that hits on what you said. It's gonna have to be a shift in how people get their money. Either you're going to have to go into the IT or where you're actually helping with the code, or you're repairing the robots or something like that.
Infrastructure, though, bro. You know infrastructure. You're an infrastructure person, right? Like,
right.
You still they're not gonna have robots running cable. It's just not efficient, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You still gotta have people that's installing things, right? Like, if you don't know, there's a lot of opportunity out there. If you're an electrician, right? These data centers have, they always, I get hit ups for data center stuff all the time. For on my resume, I think I did a couple side projects I did where I was running cable, and I get more hit ups for that than anything, right? Like, I'll be honest, if you're not getting your hands dirty in the next 10 to 15 years, if you're not physically doing something, if you're sitting in the chair, in the swivel chair on Facebook, you're done. You see what all these companies are doing, Tesla, Twitter, Facebook. If you're not coming to work, you're gone. If you're not physically in the building, you're done, right? And that's because they're gearing, right? There's monitoring tools which can be monitored with AI too. I don't think a lot of them do. But there's monitoring tools that really what they're doing, they're just cracking data, right? How efficient is this person at home? They're like, oh, this person is away from his desk for 2.5 hours a day. If he was here, we wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? For real. They really have tracking stuff like that. If you didn't know, you know, if you want to know who they let go of with mass firings, they letting go of people based off of analytics. Who's not actively typing on their computer 8 hours a day? That's who they letting go, right? So, you know, I think the biggest thing is, right, don't think your job is safe because you might not understand how they're going to implement technology in the fabric and in the infrastructure of society, right? Nobody's safe, you know, and I think it's very important for people, you know, that's getting a bag right now, think 5-10 years down the line and say, you know, don't go spend that $100K on education and go be an accountant because it ain't going to be there. It's you know, it's not going, your job is going to be useless. You're going to spend $100K on education and you won't be able to do it.
Well, you know what's coming. UBI is coming, bro. It's going to be a certain point where certain people just will not have the skills needed to do anything, or that job market will be over flooded. Whereas though you'll just be paid to spend money. You'll just be paid to be a consumer at that point. And some people actually prefer that. You have a certain percentage of people who will be perfectly fine if they got, you know, a check every month for basically Social Security, $2,500, $3,000 a month, and they fucking went and fucking partied, or they went and fucking,
which is crazy, right? Because a lot of people would, because we kind of do that now. We've seen that with the STEMI checks, right? People had a hard time. They had a hard time getting people back to work because of the STEMI checks. But what happens is that when you make something permanent like that, it's going to come with security controls. They're going to say, all right, if we're giving you this, you can't do this. Right? You can't do this. They're not going to say, all right, we're going to give you some checks in, right? They cut them STEMI checks. You could have did whatever you want with them, right? But they're going to say, yo, if you doing this, you can't go smoke. They might say you can't smoke weed, and it might be completely legal.
You're gonna have a social credit score, bro.
You're gonna have
it's a Black Mirror episode on all of this shit. Black Mirror, if you don't know, bro, if you have Netflix before they, you know, try to do their little fuckery they trying to do, you might want to watch Black Mirror, because I swear it's almost like a prediction.
Oh yeah, it's probably more or less a prediction than it is like some truth to some of it. Which one you talking about? The one when they're on a bike and they're getting the
Well, it's one where this chick is going to a wedding or something, and she has a social credit score, and she keep doing dumb shit on the way to the event or something, and the social credit score keeps dropping to the point where like people won't give her a ride. She can't get your taxi. She can't like buy nothing in the store because every time she's snapping off on people because she's frustrated.
Yeah.
And it like the social credit score is tied to basically her financials, is tied to how people see her and everything else.
But think of this. Let's tie it back into the first topic. You Johnathan Majors, and you got a perfect social credit score, 850. And now you get accused of domestic abuse. yo, 725. 430. They gonna be like, damn, bro, who you slap up this morning? Nah, you ain't getting in my car. You ain't slapping me. You know, and he's like, I didn't do it. But, you know, it's really, as a technologist, right? And I really had these conversations. I was talking to my, I'm going in for like oral surgery, pause. And we was having this conversation about AI. He was asking me about what I do. So I talking to him, and I was explaining to him why I'm getting out of it. right? Because he was like, well, why would you walk away from that kind of money? I said, well, my skills are deprecated. And on top of that, it's scary to think of what they're doing now. And we're in the infancy stages. Once they make like governance, risk and compliance around AI, you talking about they going to try to automate everything and anything, because the people that's controlling infrastructure is going to want to squeeze out the most efficiency and to maintain as many resources as possible. You know what I'm saying? And so it's really, even like law, bro. Imagine you got a robot deciding your fate.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Judges, robot judges. You're gonna have robot judges.
It makes sense to use them though. Like, let's not get it twisted. It makes perfect sense. If you a black man, you're like, oh, I want no racist ass robot judge sending me to jail, bro. Most of these judges, they looking at you and they like, oh, send his ass black ass to jail, right? so it makes even more sense if you really want pure quote unquote equality, where they just look at the case, look at the data, look at what's going on, and it comes up with an outcome, right? Because a lot of evidence is held, a lot of evidence is overlooked, right? Imagine the system, right? Just playing devil's advocate. They run all the evidence and then it spits out something. You might have a better chance to get out of these situations, because right now it's based off of what somebody thinks.
Well, that's basically child support court is what you just described. Like, you go there, you put fucking what you make, what she makes, how many days you get the kid, blah 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 blah. It spits out a number. That's what happens. There's no judge like deciding, yo, you got to pay this much in child support or whatever. You literally just putting in numbers, and them numbers get spit out, and that's what comes out of your check, or that's what you got to pay every month or whatever. That's how it goes.
But
it's
even
the same way with crimes.
Yeah, it's going to be the same way with crimes. But right, you also got to think too, with AI comes better surveillance, right? So now you're going to have more cameras. You're going to have things that you're talking about. If you don't know, monitoring is one of the engineering tactics, right? And engineering isn't just IT. It's not just what you think of. It's social too, right? You have to monitor things to make them better or to mitigate problems, right? If you want to get rid of crime or mitigate crime, or you want to make the business of crime more lucrative, you got to monitor it better, right? You talk about more cameras, more audio recordings, more things that they're going to, everybody has a Ring camera, right? I'll be honest, it's easy to hack a Ring camera. You got YouTubers that play Call of Duty and hack people Ring cameras while they playing Call of Duty with just their IP address over Call of Duty, right? So, these are things where this is something that's already here. People, I think, it hasn't affected industries yet. But when it does, I don't think it's going to be a turnover, right? In New Jersey, they already said they want all electric cars on a vehicle by 2025. Bro, there's not even power stations. There's still it's not even a 50. Yeah, there's not even a 50-50 power stations yet for electric, for that infrastructure, right? So in the next 2 years, you telling me that there's going to be more power stations than gas stations? If that's the case, that's a drastic change in society, where you're talking about if you're going to have more electric charging vehicle stations than gas stations. That's crazy, right? So to me, that's just an indication that when this does hit, right, when they do get ready to switch over the infrastructure and the norms, they're going to use AI, because AI is going to give you the tools to do things better. And when they do it, I mean, it's just going to be a quick hit. It's not going to be we're phasing you out. It's going to be, we no longer need you guys. And I think the best way is to get in the infrastructure, right? If your son says he wants to go be a miner, it might be some risk, but shit, that they're going to always need miners.
Trades in general. We're seeing a big increase in trades because of certain things that just only people can do. Yep. Actually, let me caveat that into the next subject we got, because I think that ties in directly with that, which is a video I'm gonna pull up. Where we have boys, particularly black boys in general, what she's speaking on, falling behind girls when it comes to education. One of the things I'm saying is, should we be worried about this, or is this kind of what we were speaking on?
I'll tell you, before this video even start, education is a scam.
Women being,
let me run this back.
So there's a lot of talk about Black women being the bottom of the barrel in dating and in life in general. But I want to share something with you that might surprise you, but it might also give you some insight as to the dynamics, not only between Black women and Black men, but between women and men in general. So my best friend does workforce development at a major educational institution here in Washington State. I'm going to read you exactly what she told me one day, but I'm going to leave out my responses to save time. She says, well, I just learned some interesting tidbits about the state of our children and academia. Boys have fallen way behind girls, like worse than I thought. By 10th grade, girls are a full grade ahead of boys in English, and they've caught up in math. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Black girls are a full year ahead of Black boys in both math and English. And then she says, we've been trying to figure out why our boys aren't enrolling in college as much as girls are. 15 years ago, boys were 12% more likely than girls to finish college. Now girls are 15% more likely to finish than boys. Boys need a lot more direction and hand-holding to do shit than girls do. Verbatim. We think that there wasn't equal access to education back in the day, and women may have always been better, but now that we have equal access, there is reason to pursue that there wasn't before. And then she goes on to say, but this is bad news. They're going to have to do something about that. You can't have girls outperforming boys like that, because then they'll see education as a woman's thing and disengage. And educated women aren't interested in uneducated men for dating prospects. So this is where I kind of had to laugh. One of the proposed solutions is holding boys back a year so they start kindergarten when they're 6. So girls would start at 5. And then she says, but that won't go over well at all, especially when Black boys score the worst. And it's not going to help Black families or any families really. So there's a
all right. So let me give you my thoughts. I'm gonna toss it to you, brother. As far as this goes, school in general, particularly school in the West, particularly these days. Speaking on what she's talking about, Black boys falling behind and all this shit. That shit is tailored towards women, bro. It has been tailored towards women for quite a while. You sit there, you shut the fuck up, you listen to somebody say something, and you regurgitate the information. Little boys aren't inclined to that. We like to run. We like to jump. We like to question shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this school system in the West, is tailored. It is specifically tailored for women, bro. And as far as her speaking on the prospects of this as it comes to dating in general in the future, first and foremost, that's why I wanted to tie this to that other subject, because once again, men still make more fucking money. So yeah, you can say women are more educated, women are this, women are that. Men still make more money. Men make more money because of trades. Men build shit. Men are willing to do things that women won't do. I was on a railroad company where we used to build the crossings, tear up the road, build the fucking little symbols up, put up the fucking crossing symbols and the crossings. This is hard labor where you're getting paid $40-something an hour, right? This is hard labor. You can go to welding. You can go to underwater welding. You can go to a lot of things. I was about to say that. In general, where men are more inclined to do these things and have the physical strength to do these things and therefore get paid more money. So yeah, you have a degree in gender studies or communications. Whoop-de-fucking-do, right? At the end of the day, I can go weld some shit and make more money than you. Meanwhile, you're $100K in debt because you had to get a student loan to get that little shitty ass degree you got. So to me, it's a null and void. And as somebody who's dated fucking lawyers, somebody who messed around with doctors and professionals and, the highest of the registered nurses and shit like that, I've never been asked, what degree do you have?
Yeah, facts.
What degree do you have? Do you got money? Can you slang pipe? You good to go.
It ain't about money. Can you slang pipe and can you make me laugh?
Exactly.
The money come later, and
it's a bonus. Honestly, it's a bonus. You can get a good 6-7 months just slinging pipe. You feel me?
Nah, you get a lifetime. So
to me, this is the dumbest subject in the world, but I'm gonna toss it to you, bro. What you got?
No, I kind of feel the same way. And, I have a son and a daughter. And right now when they bring, it's crazy because education in itself is just declined, right? I don't think it's necessarily boy and girls. And I do like your point. I feel like it is fine-tuned because I see a big difference, and it's almost like my daughter thrives and my son doesn't. But my son is very intelligent. It's very logical. Anytime people talk to my son, they be like, yo, Melo's smart as hell. But when it comes to academics, I'd be like, damn, boy, you jacking up. But I understand that people learn differently. And I also understand that, you know, I was a naturally smart kid, intelligent kid, but I wasn't the smartest kid because I questioned everything, right? If I was the smartest kid, I would have shut up, just got all A's and played the game. But because I was always, you know, they called me defiant because I'd be like, yo, why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for real, I was always that kid, you know, especially when I went out to Iowa. I spent a year in Iowa. I got expelled from my high school in New Jersey. Spent a year in Iowa. My old man lived out there. When I came back, I was seeing fourth graders do quadratic equations. My little brother was in fourth grade doing quadratic equations. I come back to Plainfield, New Jersey, and we doing 2x plus 4x in 10th grade. You talk about fear. I'm like, I've seen a whole different, you know, competition scale, you know, and it's like, well, you know, I would ask, why are we doing this? And they'd be like, oh, well, what do you mean? Just, you know what I mean? So it's like, nah, this ain't it. So, you know, I would say, like, my daughter currently right now, if somebody had to say who's going to be more successful, just based off of knowing my children, they probably say my daughter, right? She just has the intangibles, academia, right? But I always tell people my son has he understands money. He understands, yo, I gotta make money, right? And it's not right.
He's a logical person.
I don't think, and he's physically dominant. It don't matter what he wants to do. He's gonna do. I wasn't raised to do what I wanted to do. My grandfather always told me, you do what you can do, and then you figure out what you want to do after you get on your feet, right? If somebody asks me who would be more successful right now, it would be my son, because he can physically do more. My daughter's a run. She probably might be lucky to hit 5'2". My son might hit 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, physically, he can do more, right? And he's not looking, he has the mindset of, I mean, he's a spoiled brat, but he has the mindset of, I want to do this. He told me the other day, I want to start a YouTube channel. You know what? It's crazy because I can't say YouTube might not be beneficial for him. He just lazy. He don't want to do the work to go. I'd be like, tell me what you need. Go on YouTube and figure out what it is that you need from YouTube to figure out to start a channel, right? So he's just lazy, right? He don't want to put the parts together, but he understands already. I instill him, bro, you're going to have to work for what you want. When you want to go on these Wagyu dinner dates, I show him the bill. What you think I do? Oh, I don't like doing this, bro. I do this because I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I think to educate the academic, and even to go back to what I was originally saying, bro, the stuff they be bringing home, like he be getting stuff wrong and they still be grading it partially right. I'd be like, bro, that's completely wrong. You would have failed this test back in my day.
No child left behind has been detrimental anyway. Like, what does a degree even mean? You know what I mean? People I've met with master's degrees who are fucking retarded. Like, I've met so many people, bro, who I will wash intellectually, bro, who have advanced degrees. It's because there's no child left behind shit, bro. How you ever see these people that can't have no critical thinking skills, don't know the difference between anecdotal evidence and facts, and it's ridiculous.
Well, a lot of that too is, you know, the big business of education, right? Like, people might not want to act like it matters, but the big schools actually have applicable education programs, right? Princeton's, Harvard's. You're doing clinical research. You're doing things that actually impact the field of study you're in, even not when you're not in a doctorate's program, right? Even on the undergrad, you're doing clinical research. When you're going to AMC, and, you know, I even throw DeVry, you know, I go to DeVry, right? And in all of these schools, you're doing knowledge-based stuff. Can you identify what something is, right? It's not, can you do the work? It's, do you have the capacity to do the work? And I feel that's what education is right now. It is a big social social experiment, right? We're going to put everybody in the box, give you this social score per se in a form of grades, right? And they even changed the grading scale. I think one year they changed. It's weird. This is the weirdest shit. Before it was like, I think market period 1, an A was 100 through 90 points, right? A B was 89 through 80, so on and so forth, the normal shit. Then second market period, like 100 to 93 was an A. 92 to like 84 was a B. 83 to like, it was pretty much where like a 70 was a D, bro. And I was like, that don't even make no sense. Why would they even change that? You know, like why would you even change that? Like, what are you trying to gauge here? Like, what are you trying to separate? You know, like, why would a 100 to 90 not be an A anymore? Like, what is the purpose of that? And a lot of the work is also computer based. My son does a lot of computer based work, and my daughter naturally gravitates more to artistic stuff. She likes drawing and writing, so you know she likes actually writing. My son, he's like, oh, I got all homework. You know, he'd be happy as hell when he ain't got to write. You know, he'd be like, oh, my stuff on the computer today. I'd be like, when I look at it, it'd be like little games. I'd be like, shit, this shit like shit we used to run home to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so
number crunchers in it up. Shit.
Yeah, it'd be weird. It'd be stuff. So you know, it's almost I hate this argument from women because I feel like they use education and money to validate what a man's worth is. And like she said, like the whole thing circled around to what she what the conversation with her and her quote unquote friend is messing up the dating market. Well, no, it's not. Y'all still gonna get piped down by Joe Schmo living at his mom's house at 40 years old. Yeah, it's not messing up the dating market. It's not messing up,
bro. Keep it a buck. We don't give a fuck what degree you got. Can you teach my kids how to read? Can you cook some food? Can you, bro? I would say as a woman, you have a way better chance of getting wifed up if you can cook and you're a nurturing person rather than a person who have an advanced degree, bro.
Yeah, they say that the more educated a woman is, the more likely she is to be divorced.
Yeah, look at the fucking what's the one that's the Stacey Abrams of the world. This is a woman with a master's degree, chubby, old, past her fucking past your kid giving birth. You know what I'm saying? Look
that box is probably trash too, bro.
Trash, not cute or whatever. But your whole thing is if you look at a lot of these highly educated, I'm dedicated to my career ass women. A lot of them look miserable, bro. A lot of them look fucking,
or they be broke too.
Miserable, bro.
Because even though they do make a lot of money, I think black women still lead black men in debt. I think black women are still in more debt significantly than a black man.
Yeah, probably, bro. Because like I said, bro, like you're doing everything possible, and this is one thing I think that is very I think it's very exclusive to women, bro, is the titles, right? It used to be the titles of like being a wife. You're married to this, you're married to a senator, you're married to a president, you're married, you know what I mean? That used to be more so the title. Now, I think it's shifted where the titles is more so like, I am the communications liaison for this company, and they treat that as though that's an accomplishment, right? Rather than life in general, rather than giving birth to kids that are functional and high members of society, rather than have a husband who is successful, rather than have a beautiful family, rather than have a nice house. They treat these fucking degrees and they treat these motherfucking titles as though those are accomplishments. I seen one chick, I used to watch this little trashy ass reality show and shit. This one chick was like, her goal was to get a doctorate degree. She got the doctorate degree. She don't got no job. She's 6 figures in debt. She don't have a man. You feel me? But that's a degree should never be an accomplishment, dog. That should be a means to an accomplishment. I'm gonna get this degree so I can become the best neurosurgeon in this field, or so I can make this figure amount.
Yeah, take care of my family, to be the best father or best mother, you know.
Right. A title or a degree or none of that should never be an end goal. That should be a stepping stone. But I think people have confused that to this point where they think that's a fucking accomplishment, though. They think that's really something special. Where as though a motherfucker who dropped out of high school and went and got a motherfucking certification in welding is making more money than you now without half the debt. You feel me? So it's backwards, bro. We in clown world right now. And I think this kind of confirms it, where she's talking about this education level and all this other. You could honestly get a high school degree and a bunch of certifications and probably make a good amount of money. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I made more money than the average person without a degree, right? Like up until I got my degree, I got the degree because it was lucrative for me to get it, and I got paid to go to school, but I didn't need a degree. The only reason I really you got my bachelor's degree is because I got paid to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't need to go to school.
It's like now I could be highly educated, bro. I can go to school every year, but I'm not paying for it. If I had to pay for it, you think I'd be going to any of this?
Definitely, and I tell people that all the time. I get a lot of people that hit me up, or if I post something that's a slight flex, right? I might post an expensive bottle of cologne, and people might be like, "Yo, that bottle look dope," and they go research and they be like, "I ain't paying that." Yo, he done posted 40 of them joints. What the hell he do for a living, right? So I get a lot of, "Yo, I'm trying to get into IT. What degree do I need?" And I think people get mad when I always say, bro, if you think you need a degree to get in IT, you might as well not even look to go to IT. Yo, if you think companies are hiring people with degrees, you're highly mistaken, bro. And if you were in the world of information, that you're not even looking in the right places to really seem like you are interested, right? Like if you just go on YouTube, they'll tell you that. If you go look at articles of who Tesla's hiring and who they're firing, they're going to tell you they're getting rid of all these middle managers with degrees. They hiring 18, 19, 20-year-old programmers. That's who they hiring. People that have no college experience. They don't have no certs. They looking for people that like to code and program and do the work. That's who are getting hired. 90K, 160K, right? So, you know, I think for women though, and how see that's and see this video is a very, you know, not to offend our women, but it's a very, men don't walk around boasting what we make. I know a lot of people that have beat a man up. I know a lot of thorough men that make 40K a year, but he gonna hold respect in the room, you know, because of who he is as a man, right? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of thorough dudes that don't need to make 75K a year, 80K, 100K a year to get the respect as a man. I think with women, the way women think is a man is valued upon a man's value is based upon what they can extract from the man. In our world, that's not the case because men don't look to get, and we're not asking another man for nothing. So just off the bat, that whole logic is backwards. And I could tell you the man that make 40K a year, more than likely, it's going to be the better fighter. He's probably going to live longer. Probably got a better quality of life.
And he probably know a lot of shit. Like half the shit, you have to make a lot of money when you don't know how to do shit. Right? Yes. You need to, if you don't know how to fucking take care of your lawn, you don't know how to fix shit around your house, you don't know how to properly clean shit, you need a lot of money so you can pay people to come do that shit.
Facts.
When you are a very skilled individual, when you know how to do a lot of shit, when you can hop under your own car and change your own oil, when you can fucking repair your girl's car, when you can do a lot of that shit, you don't even need to make a shit ton of money, bro.
But see, they don't respect, you know, in today's climate, those type of men are being overlooked because it's about status, right? And the status is how many other women want you, what do you look like, right? And I don't know when it became important for what men look like. I swear that's a new thing. That got to be a last 10-year thing where men had to be attractive.
I'm gonna push back on you because I think, bro, I'm telling you right now, bro, if you can detail a woman's car, bro, you getting some box off that, bro.
Yeah, you might get the one time hitter.
I don't think the majority of women have this thinking like this. They may think they do, but when they come across a dude who can do some shit, bro, I'm telling you, I've done some of the most basic fucking shit, bro. I've done some of the most basic stuff. Changed the doorknob on a car for a woman, and they like, oh my god, like, oh
yeah, I see that too. Like, and I could do stuff like that too, but at the same time, if I'm pulling up wavy as hell, bro, the dude that's detailing cars, I'm probably bagging his chick.
It depends on what you're looking for, bro. If you pull up to the car on some stunt and shit, you pull up to the club on some stunt and shit.
My life just looks like a stunt. I ain't gonna hold you. My normal life looks like a stunt. You feel me?
Suppose you in the actual like dating pool or something, and you fucking seriously trying to deal with a chick, and you do some other shit, bro. You can get boxed, bro. I bet like 45% on Jeopardy questions, and women are like bragging. Oh my god,
he's so smart.
Yeah, like so.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But see, you making my point though, right? Like they're not impressed by things that we look at as men, right? And say, yo, that make a man. They're impressed by the things that women how women look at men and say that make a man, right? Like they're right. If you have a Rolex on your watch, they're attributing that with success. I know a bunch of niggas in the hood right now with fake Rolexes. When I went and got my me and my wife went to the jeweler for my hood and shit, he was telling me like, yo, all these dudes come here and buy fake Rolexes, and I don't know why they buy the fake Rolex. They can't even do nothing with it. It don't even last as long. He said, yo, they might as well just save up for 5 years and go get a real thing. At least they'll make money off of it. You know what I'm saying?
He, the older one, yeah.
Yeah, he was breaking it down. He said, yo, for whatever reason, watch this whole value, and they gain value, right? He was like, yo, why would I buy 4 Rolexes? Because these shits keep falling apart and breaking, and then just stack up and get a real one, right? But you know, women attribute, and I get it too, bro. Like I walk out and people might see the things, and this is what I do, because you know, I'm more kind of an introvert. So, but you know, the things that I like normally catches a woman's eye. Oh, he looks nice. Yo, his kids is always fly. You know, they doing good. Yo, you actually married a woman. All of these things, right? And you know, the ability to juggle it all. Oh, what do you do for a living? Mike, cybersecurity analyst, blah, 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 all this shit, right? All this shit. But, and I can see when they googly eye. You could just tell, right? When you in a game, you could just tell. But the crazy things is that they never really look at, like, they look at what I acquired, but they don't. If I tell my stories like this not being received, like, yo, you really put in the work as a man, because men go out there and put in the work for their women, bro. I know a lot of niggas right now that's working 2-3 jobs right now, holding their families down. But that's that same, not saying all women, but that same woman, if a nigga pulled up with that new C-class, wavy as hell with a couple chains on, she definitely gonna give him attention. I ain't saying cheating is just having sex. Cheating is just entertaining too.
But
you know what I mean?
But I think the thing is too, you're also, somebody who's talked to like New York women and New Jersey women, they're different than Southern women.
Nah, hell no, bro.
Yes,
it is. Nah, it is. Yeah. It is. But
yes, it is, bro.
It is, but it ain't too.
Nah, they are way. Bro,
they are different, but they ain't way different. This is somebody that's seen both. And been to the age.
I've seen both too. I'm telling you, bro. It's a big deal. Like wavy don't exist in the fucking, like, bro. Keep it a buck. If you're different, you different. You feel me? You talk different, you look different down the south.
Hold on though, right? We gotta clarify. There's 2 Souths. You got your commercialized South. We talking about your Miamis, your Atlantas, your Memphis, your Houstons, right? And then you got your dirty South, like your Alabamas. Like if you're talking about like Alabamas, yeah, sure, they're still very traditional. They're still very traditional, but those are also the areas where the big girl is getting chosen too. Like, right, you know, the 260-pound big girl that can make some good cornbread is getting chosen first. you gotta specify.
Chosen
yes, they are, bro. Yes, they are. Yes, they still getting chosen out the rip. If you're talking about Atlanta, bro, which is the South to me, them are some hoes out there too, bro. And you talking about,
once again, it depends on what you're dealing with, bro. Also, the age group matters too. Let's clarify.
Well, we can't talk about us no more, right? We old.
We old, but we can still talk about it, bro. If you have
22 to 30-year-olds is out there, bro.
Yeah, that's a whole different bank. Now, if you go to the 32, I done been ran through. I done fucking been.
Of course, they looking for love.
87 fucking times.
Of course,
shit.
They looking for.
They're gonna have a whole different perspective. And then at our point, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna be talking to the motherfucking 19.
But what I'm saying is, like that lady in that video, how old she might look like she probably 31, maybe 28 to 31.
Makeup on.
Yeah, that's why I said maybe 28 to 31, right? Of course, you're worried about the man's education status and things of that nature.
She's probably out west too. I get an out west vibe.
Yeah, I get a Cali, Arizona vibe
out west
from her.
Is a whole different ball game.
But it's still the nature though, right? She's supposed to do that. You're supposed to vet the man, right? That's not a bad thing. But what I'm saying is between 18 and 26, they're not thinking like that. They're not thinking like that. That's not even a conversation that women are having.
Right.
They 50 bodies in by the time they're 26. They're not caring about what a man education level is. You're not caring about what a man is a man at 18. We not boys when we turn 18.
But women that's the whole point though. They don't care, bro. No women's asked about the education level. Like it may be some circles that may be like that, but that's not the main thing. The main thing is, can you take care of yourself? Can you take care of the household? Nobody's fucking checking for education level because education level don't mean shit. You could be a fucking. I know people who've been in school for fucking 12 years, bro. 12 years, and they still ain't hitting on nothing in terms economically.
I know a lot of women that say they like drug dealers. They ain't got nothing to do with
dope
school.
boys.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like the
Athletes.
danger, like the money, like the fast money, all that other.
Athletes ain't educated.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying.
The one semester of fucking college and then got out of it. You feel me?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, we as men, we walk into a room, there's a hierarchy. If women don't know, there's a natural size up that goes on with men. When men are in a room, we do it instinctually, and then it's also cliquish, right? There's the hierarchy go like this: can he fight and can he bag my shorty? Those are the two things we looking at. Is he attractive? Right? Like we looking at the tall nigga, the nigga that walk in there and that's like 6'4" and up. Oh nah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you already know, like majority of the women are going to find him attractive because of his height. And then, you know, you trying to fit in where it fit in, right? The other dude, you know, the dude with the 8-pack through the polo shirt. Oh, you know, he pulling something, right? But then we also sizing up. Who can I knock out in here? And it's not like a very hostile thing. It just happens very quickly. We size each other up and then we make an evaluation. If you see all of these TV shows, right? All of these dating TV shows, Love Island, all of these things, what happens? There's like 8 girls and 8 dudes, and all 8 girls like 2 of the dudes. And then right, and then the other 6 dudes are getting the leftovers. And then after the 2 dudes get ran through by the women hate the 2 dudes because they don't want to compete with each other. Right. And so they force the 2 dudes out, and then the other dudes is like, yeah, I get picked after being second choice, right? Like that's how women are. It's a status thing, and it's not a bad thing. But I think what she's saying is like educate. You know, they don't want to say I need my man to have status. They try to define what the status is to them.
Make it look more
right.
noble.
It's the status. Education. Is it what he does for a living? Is he a professional athlete? Women, it's not just about money and can he provide. It's does he make me look better? Because if like her, she's an attractive woman. If she dates somebody that doesn't make her look better, it makes her look worse on the dating market. So if it don't work out between him, this is what they don't want to say. If it don't work out with that situation, now you look like damaged goods for dating somebody that don't boost your status, right? And so that's why this education conversation is stupid, because they don't really look for men with education. You looking for men who can provide you status, and the education correlates to money, and money generally correlates to at least being able to look like you have status. That education conversation is so trash. It's dated. It don't even make sense, because most of the degrees people going for right now is going to be null and void when AI come out, and everybody going to be sitting there with debt, praying that the government put them on a social climate card. You know what I mean? Where if you're a good little boy, they'll give you 3 hots in a cot. And you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one real quick, because you brought up Donnie Yen stated that he hates Asian stereotyping for John Wick 4, the movie. But at a certain point, he could be seen in blackface, mocking what looks to be the Soul Train.
Did you get that video?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. Should African Americans demand an apology from Donnie Yen?
Hell yeah,
for some others. And then the kicker is he was allowed to host the Oscars. So what we pulling up first is the article, which Donnie Yen, which is in John Wick 4, say, you know, he's basically going on the name of the character. The original name of the character was Shang or Chang. And he was like, why does it have to be that? You know, and he's kind of like being a champion for that. But at the same time, he has a situation where he actually proposing blackface for, I don't know if it was a Chinese movie. Was it a Chinese movie? I don't
know. It looked like they making fun of Soul Train, but
we're pulling up right now. You can judge for yourself.
It's just kind of funny though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Bro. What the fuck is that shit? It does look like a very Soul Train in the back.
Yeah, it look like Soul Train, bro.
And it's
you see the white dude on the left. Hold on, I didn't even notice the white dude on the left. Yeah. That's definitely a Soul Train thing.
And he got another video. I think he had like an afro and he had like the 70s fit on and shit. I don't know what this movie is about. I may have to check it out, but you know, he's clearly darkened himself. If you look at the original picture, he's not this, you know, brownish. Definitely ain't wearing no fucking, you know,
bonnet and shit.
Yeah,
Like somebody,
yeah. So it's kind of some weird shit. So what's your thoughts on
we
this?
should definitely hammer his ass, bro. Talking about you don't want to be Chang, bro. What the fuck you think your last name is? In the movie, his name is Kane. You go from Chang to Kane. You could tell that was the real story. He's like, I don't want my name to be Chang. We always Chang. Why can't I be Kane? No, bitch, you can't be Kane. You look like a Kane, nigga. You know why Fantastic Four flop? Because they had Michael B. Jordan playing about Johnny Storm. Stereotypes are part of the story, goddammit. Your name has to be Wong, Chang, or Shang. Shang Shung. If Shang Shung name was Johnny, was what's his name? Johnny Cage, the game would not work, bro. If you replace Shang Shung with Johnny Cage and Johnny Cage with Shang Shung, and you flop the names, the game doesn't work. Nobody plays Mortal Kombat because that shit don't make no sense, right? So it's like, yeah, we should definitely demand an apology because they told Kevin Hart he needs to apologize for what he said to the LGBTQ. You know, we demanded an apology for something he said 7 years prior, and I think they didn't let him host the Oscars. It was one of them awards, Academy Awards or Oscars. I think they pulled him for that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Said, fuck it,
they suspend Kyrie for games for he didn't even say nothing. He just reposted the movie. You know what I'm saying? Adidas dropped Kanye for some shit that is partly truth. You know, like historically, part of it is true. He shouldn't have said it the way he said it, but shit is partly true. Everybody demands shit from us. Shit, we demanded an apology from our own people. Killing Bill Cosby. You know, we demand Bill Cosby go to jail. You know what I'm saying? And then shit like this happened, and he want to make demands about Asian stereotypes. But you out here doing ballet on a Soul Train, Asian Soul Train in blackface. You know what I mean?
I'm going devil's advocate, bro, just to spice it up. This is clearly made for Asian folk, right? This is clearly made for the Chinese people that was there. And like you said, if you're gonna play stereotypes, play your stereotype, right? So this cat did his Soul Train thing, whatever the fuck this movie is relying on. This ain't made for us. This wasn't advertised to us. So why the hell am I demanding an apology on this for, right? And why are we watching the Oscars?
You absolutely right. You absolutely right.
Why are we watching the Oscars, bro? We
shouldn't watch the Oscars. I don't reason why it's a thing because he made it a thing by talking about Asian stereotypes. I don't even watch the Oscars. I actually like Donnie Yen. IP man, John Wick 4 was phenomenal. I loved it. It made up for that garbage ass Creed 3 movie. I will not be saying Creed 3 is good. I might go vote that shit for bad tomatoes on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever that shit is. But they always hammering us. It's an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth for me. They making us always apologize for shit that they can't prove. And you know what I'm saying? This man is clearly, it's not even blackface. That might be Indian face. I think I see a red dot.
I don't even know. But he had another one where he had like a fro. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know the context of the movie for me. That's why
it don't even matter. Context don't even matter at this point.
It kind of do. I can't say context don't matter, dog.
It don't.
I can't. If it was like a parody, if it was like a scary movie,
I'm petty
2 type of shit, I can't say that the context don't matter. But then again, it ain't made for me. You feel me? It ain't made for me. So, you know, to me, this is like outside of our scope. What was the white girl said in that one clip we played from Adam 22? She's like, this is not really our business. That's how I feel, yo. This is not my business.
I'm petty. Get his ass. Don't have him. Get his ass. Yo, they always want to blow up shit that we be doing. Get his ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Go get his ass. If we gonna play the game, just keep it consistent. I think the whole cancel culture shit's stupid. But you gonna do it, you gotta get everybody for that shit. Get Pearly ass the fuck up out of here. Get Adam 22 the fuck up out of here. Get Donnie Yen the fuck up out of here too.
But they're advertising. That's the difference though. They're advertising they shit to us, right? That's who put them on. Adam 22.
You advertising it on the internet. It's on the internet. This is just the world we live in. Get Donnie Yen the fuck up out of here too. You in blackface with afro. You got to explain that shit. We ain't watching that bullshit.
But then again, you got to go Dave Chappelle with the white face on, right? Can you do the white face?
Dave Chappelle already said he don't give a fuck. He already explains himself. He said he don't give a fuck. He rich enough to not have to give a fuck. And white people love when he make fun of them. He's one of the only people that can make fun of white people, and they love it. They love it.
Man, we had white jokes forever. White jokes ain't new. We've been doing that for fucking ever. They love it.
Yeah, but now in cancel culture, what happens is you guys tell white jokes. We're gonna tell black jokes now. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? And not all black jokes, because what's the comedian name? The white dude with the black wife that just divorced him. Like, white people tell black jokes. That's not the problem. The problem is when we say shit, they get offended and want to go after our money all the time. They want to fuck up our money. They fucked up Ye money. They fucking up Kanye money. They tried to fuck up Kevin Hart money. They be trying to fuck up our money over shit that everybody do. So I'm just saying, keep it consistent. You want to fuck up our money? Go fuck up Donnie Yen money. He about to get a big bag from John Wick 4. I'm about to go watch that shit again. That shit was great.
How you gonna say fuck up his money? They go watch the shit. You
yeah. So motherfuckers can cancel his ass.
You ain't consistent.
You ain't shit.
You ain't
consistent
right now. You watching the movie. You helping his cause, bro.
I said go cancel him. I ain't say don't.
How you gonna say cancel him and you watching the movie?
Because it's John Wick, bro. I got a whole John Wick gun right now, bro. I'm a John Wick fanatic, bro. I got a whole gun from John Wick.
You can't say cancel him because you support. You're an active supporter of the movie, dog.
Yeah.
I don't think you care about this shit. You just want to be petty.
No, I don't. I just want to be petty. I really don't. IP Man was fighting Mike Tyson. To me, he gets a G pass, but I'm gonna be petty. If you're gonna fuck up everybody money, fuck up everybody money.
Let's move on to the next one. Let's keep it pushing. I had a back and forth with some boomers, man. Do boomers suffer from recency bias in regards to childhood? And I'm asking you the question: were kids actually safer in the 1960s to the 1990s? I'm gonna bring up this tweet that I was referencing that made me kind of bring this shit up, right? And this lady here, shout out, she's a mutual follower, but she be putting some bullshit up sometimes. But she put, remember when kids could play in the front yard? Some kids played in the woods and rode bicycles to the friend's house and came home just as it got dark. Mom and dad didn't have to worry. I miss those things so much. Things were, I guess you mean, so good back then. But to me, I kind of see this sentiment a lot with older people where they kind of reference that like the 60s, 70s, 80s or whatever was so much different. Granted, I came up, first outside, probably late 80s through the 90s. And we went outside, we rode bicycles, we did all this good shit, right? But I think a lot of people suffer from what's called recency bias, where they think like, oh, it was all strawberries and fucking, rainbows back then, when in reality you had things like the Atlanta kid killer who was knocking off black kids in general. You had the Gacy's of the world, you had the Bundys of the world who was knocking off motherfuckers, right? Not necessarily kids, but in general, it's hard to find stats on kids from back then. But if you look at the crime statistics in general, particularly in the 1970s, the 70s was off the chain. 70s, you had like a population in America of maybe 220 million people. We have 330 million people right now. The statistics from the 70s are pretty much identical or are greater than what will be now, right? Like right now, it's like historically low numbers of crime despite what's going on. And my thing is, we're flooded. Unlike back in the day, right? You had the 9 o'clock news, bro. That was it. Right, you was outside all day. You came in. You had the 9 p.m. news. You might have 5 articles, 5 stories about the local, and that's it. Today you have Amber Alerts. Today you have fucking 24-hour news channels, Fox News and CNNs of the world. You even have your phone pushing articles to you all day, every day. So I'm gonna toss to you in general. Do you think it's kids in general are any less safer now than they were back in like the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s?
I'm gonna throw on, my, engineering hat, and I'm gonna just throw some key variables, right? Like you said, policing back in the 70s, bro, them police officers was doing coke on a dude on detail. right? And on top of that, right, how racism was still a big thing, right? So if you really want to say that, like, all right, how if a black kid went missing, how active were police really looking for that black kid, right? Like, and then on top of that, and there's another thing where that kind of contributes to her point, where a lot of people don't understand how much data can be pulled off of phones. People need to stop giving their 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old kids cell phones without it being locked down, right? Don't give them access to social media. There is a factor where, right, I'm not saying kids, I don't have the stats to see how many kids are kidnapped more than,
man, it's good luck finding that shit.
It'd be hard. You'll have to really get them stats yourself, right? Because it's so many variables to that. But I will say there's a lot more avenues for kids to be monitored by people, right? If I had to guess, most crimes against people back in the day were done probably to people that knew them, or at least you've seen them. Right. Nowadays, you could be stalking somebody and live in a whole different state and know everything about where they're gonna go before you even execute them.
The whole To Catch a Predator shit was people driving from a state over. Some of them cats driving 3-4 hours to be a kid they met on the internet.
Yeah, and then even like, when you post a picture, right? If you got your geo tag on, right? How a lot of these kids be getting kidnapped. Not a lot. I'm not going to say a lot, but I'm going to just throw out how it can be done. And how they're probably doing it is that your kid is on, as soon as they get out of school, what they're doing. They're on TikTok. They're taking pictures with their friends. They're going to post a picture, right? They're going to accept every friend. Most of these people, it's funny when I see fake profiles and I see a bunch of people that they'll on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll get a fake profile and you see how many of your friends follow them. It's like, yo, people will just accept anybody on social media, and kids ain't, kids are definitely, I got this hot girl from Russia that wants to follow me. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And show their friends, right? But what it is probably it might be a predator on the other side. It's probably China or Russia, but it could be a predator on the other side, right? And what they do is they just sit there and watch. Yo, at 2:30, he always posts a picture outside of the school. Oh, I got the school address in this picture, right? And then at 3:40, he's home. And so they map out, right? I can go look up that school. I can go look up times. I can go probably find that address at a house. And they just map out. So are kids in more danger? More danger is subjective, but there are more avenues for kids to be monitored and taken advantage of, because parents don't really understand the technology that they're giving these kids. Even with PlayStation and things of this nature, all of these things can be used for tracking. Right? If you're going out of town, stop telling people you're going out of town on Facebook.
Word. Wait till you get home to post.
Home to post your pictures. If you tell I'm on a 10-day cruise, shit, let's go get his house. He ain't nobody home. I don't give a fuck if you got a ring. I'm gonna put a mask on. What you gonna do? By the time you get your shit, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, these things. I say that there is a level of truth to it, only because of the ignorance of kids. We use things for our convenience, but we don't really understand technology as a general populace to understand. I got a lot of my kids. My son is 9 going on 10. My daughter just turned 7, and most of their friends got iPhones, and they come to me like, "Oh, Daddy, can I have a phone?" Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can't. But why? Vinny has a phone. This person has a phone. This person has a phone. I'm like, yo, them parents are stupid.
But you understand cybersecurity. You in the industry. You know.
I know the dangers is. I seen these people, and when I was back in my military time, they was trying to recruit for hacking, for ethical hackers. Essentially, they took the person doing the demonstration who was in the unit. He gave the person a picture. He took a selfie outside of his house. They gave that person that picture. He took that same picture off his social media. It wasn't like he gave him the actual picture. Though the dude that did the presentation was able to find his address, his phone number, all kind of personal identifier information, bro, off of a picture, off of one picture. Imagine if you got 1,000 to pick from. You might be able to pick all kind of stuff up, right? So, it's people that don't understand that this is, and it wasn't, he went on Google and put the information in. It wasn't like he pulled out some page software. He went on Google, went onto this website, put the link to the picture in, put the web page, and it came up with all the information. Easy as that. And it was like, oh damn, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Right off the bat, I had mad fraudulent shit on my Facebook pages. All them shits had to go. I had videos of me slamming people, all kind of shit. All that shit gotta go because you'll be able to track. Did you do this at this point in time? No, sir. Well, lie detector determines that's a lie. We went on your Facebook, like all of that shit. I don't know if people familiar with Sue Surf. That's my guy. Rap artist. You know how he get hit with a RICO charge because of his Instagram. Right. They got his messages, and then they had the informant validate what was being said in the messages. So, like, people, as parents, she want to say that, but she probably might have a kid, right? And she gives her kid a phone because it's convenient to give your kid a phone. Because if something's going on, you want them to be able to contact you. But you got to understand that there's risk to every solution. Every solution in any engineering principle, whether it's social engineering, engineering for railroad, whatever you're doing, any solution has inherent risk. And a lot of people just look at a phone as a convenience and don't understand that. So yeah, to her statement, it can be riskier. I don't think it's more dangerous because I think society is less trusting, right? Like you can't be more dangerous when there's no kids at the park. I go to the park is empty. This park's empty. Nobody's outside. Kids aren't outside. So how's it more dangerous?
Exactly. If anything, I think anxiety is more rampant, bro. Like you said, we have these phones, man, and we didn't get all this news about people being missing. You may have known if you're in your area, if somebody was missing, if a kid was missing, but you wasn't getting, like I said, you ain't getting Amber Alerts. Your phone wasn't beeping every other day from a kid missing or something like that. This is new shit. This is new uncharted territory. We wasn't getting any of that. You feel me? So if you look at it that way, of course, it seems to you that things may have been worse. But think about this, bro. There was no DNA back in the day. There was no cell phones. It wasn't as monitored as far as cameras everywhere and stuff like that back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. If you was a kid back then and you was gone, you just gone. You feel me? Mm-hmm. They find your body. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They either find you alive or they find your body. You know what I'm saying? It might be in one or two people neighborhood, like I saw a white van, but I didn't get the license plate, and that's it. It wasn't no DNA technology to track you. It wasn't no chips, wasn't no phones, none of that. You gone, you just gone. You don't come home when the street lights come on, you just don't come home. And they probably can't even start looking for you until the morning. You feel me? You just gone, bro. And
I think it's like 48 hours, really, before they even can say somebody's missing. I think
but they ain't find you at night, regardless, bro. If you gone and it's dark, it is way less a chance they seeing anything. And at that point, you know what I'm saying? By the time the morning hit, that motherfucking did whatever they gonna do to you and dropped your body off. It's a hit. You feel me? And to your point, it is crazy the amount of like 8-year-olds. I went to a birthday party and seen an 8-year-old get a brand new iPhone. That was one of the gifts they got, yo. Now I ain't even talking about his first phone. I'm talking about an upgrade. I seen an 8-year-old get an upgraded iPhone, bro. And you don't even realize. First and foremost, these kids are way technologically savvy than we take them for, right? So you can put all this block app things you want on there, they still gonna find a way to do their thing. And like you said, between geotagging, between social media, I'm watching an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old send voice notes back and forth between each other, cussing each other out, and people think it's cute and posting it on the fucking internet. You feel me? Like, these parents these days are just so not in tune to what you can do with a phone, bro. It's ridiculous. Not to mention just the addiction of having that phone. You feel me? They talking Snapchat, Roblox, bro. It's predators in Roblox.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, and you giving your kid a phone to be able to be on this 12, 13 hours a day. You know, when they get out of school to the time they go to the time they go the next day, go to school or whatever, they're on these apps, they're on this phone. It's just ridiculous. So I don't necessarily think that things are worse than what it is. I think you have a combination of weak ass parents, anxiety filled society, and just in general people who don't trust each other anymore. You don't know your neighbors' names, right? You're not kicking it with the people next door, right? You're not having block parties no more where you know everybody's name. When I was growing up, it was people that'll whoop you, weren't even related to you.
Yeah, facts. Or snitch on you. Oh, I seen a girl. You know how many neighbors? I seen a girl go in your house, Miss Lamar.
Yes.
Like, God damn, who telling on me? I can't get no buns over here, bro.
Hey, you're not saying that anymore. People mind their own business. Teachers can't even talk to kids no more. You feel me? People be ready to beat the damn teacher up. The teacher could be telling you. Yeah, so between that, I think it's a societal issue. I don't necessarily think. I think honestly, you're probably way more safer than you are now than you were in 1975 as a kid. However, people in general just don't fuck with each other like that no more.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. My kids go outside all the time, and I can't necessarily like their friends kind of live around the corner. So like once they go further enough down the street, it's a blind spot, But what we do is, hey, when you get to the house, call me. I gotta have that rapport with the family. Like, hey, did Mello get there? Yeah, he did. He ain't give me a call, right? Like, so like people like I had a situation today, where we're renting, and so somebody came and complained about trees being in their yard, and so what happened was the landlord hired some people, and the people came by. And they was just in my backyard when my kids was there. They never knocked on the door. My kids came inside and said, yo, it's some men in the backyard. Bro, I went out there with the blicky so quick. You know what I mean? I went back. The dudes came. He pointed to the trees, and I gave him a thumbs up. But, he came to the door to talk. The first thing he did, because I had on some shorts, bro. I ain't had no holster or nothing. I had tucked that shit in my shorts and had a beater on. You see, I'm not playing, bro. He was like, oh, and then, and every time after that, he came and checked in. They was gonna come in or out. You know what I mean? So, it's just a protocol how we move with each other, right? Like, even in that sense, why do you feel like you should just be able to walk in the backyard? It's just tennis here. But you're about to get shot. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's that too, like this ignorance that people can't get touched anymore, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not to say that goes against. A lot of people don't want to deal with consequences of crimes. To me, in my opinion, you see the shit on the news. Of course, they're going to put these outlier situations on the news, but a lot of people pussy. A lot of kids, a lot of people not doing these heinous crimes that you think they doing out here. A lot of people they can't afford it. In order to do some of this stuff, you need money. You need money. The amount, because you got to think, in most towns, they're right security controls, getting back to the basic necessities of society. If you kidnap one kid, you're more than likely going to try to kidnap another one at some point. And not maybe in that town, but in a nearby town, they're going to look for that kid. You need money to get away with crime, yo. You need money. Everybody's poor, yo. 6.7% interest on a house, you poor, bro. You poor. you seen a carton of eggs, you poor, bro. You need money and resources to get away with some of these crimes. Not to say that, they don't happen, but, I don't, the World Trade Center happened. You know what I mean? Anytime I walk into a big mall, do I think somebody gonna blow that bitch up? Nah. You know what I mean? Like,
word. That's what I pointed out. I think that same post, because I made a post and somebody keep responding to the shit. And then one person said that they were in church and they hugged the whatever the usher was and felt the gun straps on them or whatever, and it's like, oh, we didn't need to have guns in church before. I'm sitting here like, we made a whole documentary about a bunch of black girls being blown up in the church. Like, did y'all not know that the 50s and the 40s and shit in 60s they were just burning down
churches and homes and whole towns?
Like did y'all not think that existed? And not to mention, back in them days, people used to literally just go to places with a gun rack in the back of their fucking truck. Like, you had a shotgun in the back of your truck. That's security. That's called security. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was normal. It was normal to open carry back in those days.
But not for black people, though.
You know what I mean?
For black people, we still have this connotation that guns are going to land us in jail, right? Like, when you talk to these older black people, like even with my family, I'll be trying to tell them, they get uncomfortable when I have my guns around and stuff. And I'll be trying to tell them, would you rather me have it or not have it? We'd rather you not have it. It's like, all right, so somebody came in here with a gun right now, but you don't need it, Mike. And it'd be like, y'all sound stupid. It's like this fear to be a black gun owner.
I think that's some up north shit.
It is an up north thing. It's not a down south thing.
I've talked to people from Alabama, some old boomers and shit, and that's what they did. Shotgun was by the door.
Yeah. But you know you got to think like a lot of these laws. You're talking about West Coast and East Coast drives a lot of societal laws, right? Like Texas and the South, they kind of they do y'all do your own thing. But when it comes to lawmakers, they're generally going to be the laws are going to be dictated by Silicon Valley and New York.
Yeah, on federal level, definitely. Yeah. You're gonna have whatever the most population is. If you look at the top 3 population cities, what you got: New York, Chicago, and LA, right?
Yeah, and then in the South too. I guess I don't know where that lady's from, but if she's in the South, there was a fear of if you go and do certain things, you might end up dead or in jail. But like, all right, yeah, if these, like in Panama City, I live right down the street from a KKK compound. And during when they took down that,
I know exactly.
You know what I'm talking about, off of Transmitter Road. Yeah, and I never knew they was there when they took down that flag from South Carolina. They mobilized. They came out 40 deep on bikes, and my neighborhood was one way in, one way out. You know what I mean? At that point, I realized I was slacking because I ain't have a gun. If they was to close off that neighborhood and say we ain't letting no black people out of here, I'm done. My whole family done. You know what I'm saying? So. Even talking to people, down south a little bit different, but even then I've had conversation. Well, I can't really say down south people because in the military we deal with people from all over. So I'll retract what I was about to say. But I don't know. I think that older generation, especially older black women, it's almost like that slave logic. Like, like times are so different now. Like, nah, not really. Like,
not really. And we have a tendency to do that. If you look at every generation, man, if you go back to the 50s, it's like, oh, they're smoking weed and riding motorcycles.
Oh, reefer. That's what they said. You're smoking that reefer.
Reefer madness. Then you go to the 60s when they was on dope and listening to Jimi Hendrix. Oh, then you go to the 70s where they listen to soul music and wearing bell bottoms. This is the worst generation. Then you go to the 80s with the crack epidemic and people trying to sag the pants and shit. Like,
nah, what killed it though? It was the early 2000s, bro. The rap music got ignorant. It went from rap. You went from Rakim and like Big L to Cameron, and you know what I'm saying? The music got ignorant and we got ignorant. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you.
Honestly, bro, we still had rules in the early 2000s though.
Ain't no rules right now.
Ain't no rules.
Ain't no rules. Right
I know I had rules. Like we had certain shit we couldn't do. Otherwise, you got your chin check, bro. You pause. You got hitting your shit. You know what I mean?
Nah,
I don't
this
think
music different right now. These drill,
ain't no rules.
They be telling on each other. They be having a whole shit. They be having a whole drill out on the thing. Who they shot, when they shot them, why they shot them. And they really be like, when you read these court cases, they just bring up the music. And you can't say why it's not fair that they using the song for the court case, but it really be the whole case. It be the whole case. And it be multiple of these young boys, bro. This is a different generation where they really...
Well, I think they just stupid as fuck.
They stupid. Yeah, they stupid. And it's the pills.
Yeah.
It's a pilled up generation.
Let's get to the last topic, man. Lamar Jackson, former MVP in the NFL, still in his prime, still has yet to be hired by a team as far as now. Although I think some serious teams are in negotiation. Last I seen, I think the Ravens are gonna have to give him the bag. But it's looking like NFL collusion. What's interesting, dog? I didn't know that your agent had to be certified by the NFL.
Yeah,
which is crazy if you think about it in totality. But I want to go to a video here. RG3 was kind of talking about it. I think he hit on some good points in this video.
I want to, enlighten everybody about what's going on. Everyone talks about how Lamar doesn't have an agent and how it's hurting him. Well, we've seen guys like Laramie Tunsil go out and negotiate 2 contracts to become the highest paid left tackle without an agent. We've seen Richard Sherman do it. Bobby Wagner has done it. The DeAndre Hopkins has done it. So not having an agent isn't what's keeping Lamar Jackson from getting this fully guaranteed contract. What's preventing him from getting this fully guaranteed deal is the fact that he is raging against the machine. What's the machine? It's agents. It's NFL insiders. All of these guys, they don't want their bottom line to be affected. You talk about the agents. They want a piece of this contract because that's how they make a living. The NFL insiders, they want a piece of the information because that's how they make a living. So by Lamar not having an agent and cutting them out, not having the direct ties to every NFL insider out there, cutting them out, he's raging against that machine, and he's not winning that battle right now. Lamar is worthy and deserving of a fully guaranteed deal because Deshaun Watson got that deal. And it's not that he's an outlier. It's the fact that Lamar Jackson has accomplished more on the field, and he has a much cleaner track record off the field. So when you look at it in that perspective, has not having an agent hurt Lamar Jackson? In ways, yes, it has, but not the ways that everybody thinks. If he had an agent or not, he would still push for a fully guaranteed deal because the NFL made a decision to give Deshaun Watson that deal, and Lamar Jackson is the one who's worthy of it.
Very politically correct answer, brother. Proud of RG3.
RG3, around on them snow bunnies, you know how to speak properly. But I think he hit on a good point there is that, and I think you also hit on a good point is that he doesn't have the agent, the NFLPA. And it's crazy to me. It's like, what if you're beefing with the NFL Players Association, right? Why would you want an agent? Why can you just not hire a lawyer?
And why does your agent need to be certified by the same entity that you're trying to broker a deal for?
There you go. There you go. It's like doing a collective bargaining. It's like you're in union with a collective bargaining agreement, and the company has to certify that agent. You know,
that's like you. That's like you trying to sue a company, but you have to use the lawyers that the company appoints for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you're trying to get money. Yeah, that's weird. But it's so crazy because it's Lamar Jackson. He was a potential MVP candidate last year. He was the MVP the year prior. Right, he was breakout crazy season. He had about a good strong 4 seasons where he's looking like he could have been MVP. And the Ravens, I'm a Ravens fan. They have no receivers. He has no weapons on that team whatsoever. And been doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't like that he brought up Deshaun Jackson. He, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. He, you know what I mean? I don't know. Deshaun RG3 girl might have been one of them girls Deshaun Jackson was fondling. Or something like that, but
he could have did that whole segment without bringing up the guaranteed contract, but because honestly, it had nothing to do with
Deshaun.
But you're doing a black quarterback comparison, you know, Deshaun Watson compared to Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't even have to make that comparison because they're honestly 2 different quarterbacks.
And my thing too, right? I'm hearing more about Aaron Rodgers going for the Jets. Why would you pay Aaron Rodgers all that money? You got Lamar Jackson.
He had a guaranteed contract. They're gonna trade him, ain't they?
Who?
How's he a free agent?
I think they're gonna trade him, but he still. Well, let me see Aaron Rodgers' contract.
I'm not sure if he's still on the contract and they're gonna trade him but honestly, he got a Super Bowl. You can old or not, he got a Super Bowl, right?
Nah, he got a contract extension in March 2022. Okay, yeah, so he's still under contract. 59.46 guaranteed. So the Jets,
he's not even in the top 5, I don't think though.
He not.
It keeps going up.
So the Jets are going to have to pay him $50 a year. $50 a year. And why would you pay Aaron Rodgers at the end of his career? That man is 40 years old. At the end of his career, $50,000 a year when you could just pay Lamar Jackson a little bit less than that.
But then you can go to the Bucks. The Bucks got a Super Bowl out of 39-year-old Tom Brady.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers not Tom Brady. He's great, but he ain't Tom Brady, bro.
I don't know, bro. You don't need to necessarily be the Jets. Honestly, the Jets got everything they need to win a Super Bowl. The Jets defense is solid. They got some receivers over there. They got a good line. They just didn't have a quarterback, bro.
They don't got a good game man.
They was Zach Wilson, super trash, bro.
Oh yeah, super trash.
They was had a winning record. Up until the white dude got injured.
Yeah, he got hurt, and then they had a quarterback.
Yeah, all they need is a quarterback. So to me, it makes sense for the Jets to be the one to do that.
But if you're looking at a quarterback, right, you have the opportunity to make a trade. You still have to pay Aaron Rodgers. Even if you trade, you still have to pay that man.
Yeah, but if you go to Super Bowl, if the only thing you are missing is a quarterback.
So why won't you go get Lamar Jackson? He's the former MVP. He's got an MVP before Aaron Rodgers had.
Because Lamar Jackson needs a system tailored towards him, bro.
No, he don't.
Yes, he do.
He don't have no system now. They ain't got no system.
Yo, Harbaugh made a system for him to succeed, bro. It's like RG3. That's why I put the RG3 video up. Yo, RG3 was a specific quarterback. It is certain people, bro. Whereas go ahead.
See, RG3 was a play action quarterback, though, right? They ran the ball, they play action. There was a little bit of trickery that could run. Lamar Jackson, they don't even have a running game, bro. I'm a big Ravens fan. Well, Dobbins had a good year, but realistically, they don't have a dominant running game. I'll say that. And
they ain't got no receivers.
They ain't got no receiver. They all they have is an offensive line that got banged up last year. So he was really a one man. If you seen what happened when he went out,
as the one man show, they didn't do shit.
They ain't got no weapons around him, and he not getting paid right now.
But that's the thing with football. It don't matter how great basketball, bro. If you're a basketball person and you're a dominant, look at AI. Look at that 2001 Sixers team. Trash. Big booty garbage, right? Still made it to the finals. You can do that in basketball, right? Because it's 5 players on the court at one time. Football, bro, you can be the most dominant quarterback in the history of quarterbacks, and it don't mean shit if the other 54 players suck. You feel me? Football is the most system fucking. It's like chess. Football to me is way more like chess, where you got to sacrifice pieces and you got to move strategically. You got to think 3 moves ahead and shit like that. You can't. So even if let's say Lamar Jackson is the greatest quarterback in the history of quarterbacks, right? If the players around him don't compliment him, the other 54 guys don't compliment, it don't even fucking matter. It don't matter.
Yeah, but you just said that the Jets, specifically talking about the Jets, you put Lamar Jackson on that team, everybody's picking him in Madden. Everybody's picking him in Madden.
But you probably got to play Lamar Jackson more, where you could trade. He's a free agent. You got to pay him, bro. Right?
But you get more longevity. Aaron Rodgers 40 at the end of his career.
Well, they don't care about longevity. Football is like you can be the best team one season, next season be the terrible team, right? They just won a championship now, whereas though you get that Super Bowl money right now, bro. You can't. The salary cap in football is just you can't keep a dynasty. When was the last dynasty you seen in football, bro?
Patriots.
How long ago was that?
4 years ago. I think they won their last one.
Yeah, that was way longer than 4 fucking years ago.
Nah, they beat the Falcons.
That was way longer than 4 years ago, dog.
Was the Falcons their last championship? Then they went?
Yeah, probably. That was what, 2018 or so?
Yeah, so about four, you know what I mean? 4 or 5.
They lost how many times in between there? Like the closest thing you had to a dynasty football probably was the Patriots. And even then, they had different iterations of the Patriots, right? You had the fucking early 2000s Tom Brady Patriots, and then you had like the mid 2010s. That was a whole different team.
So let me ask you, who would you say are the best quarterbacks in football right now?
The best quarterbacks in football.
Top 3.
Top 3.
I'm gonna go ahead and name them, and they all in the AFC. Pat Mahomes. You got what's the dude on the Bengals?
Joe Burrows.
Yeah, Joe Burrows and Lamar Jackson. Those are the top 3 quarterbacks in football.
I'm not putting Lamar Jackson in the top 3.
You got to name me somebody better than him.
Shit, you could fucking put a lot of people. You put Aaron Rodgers ahead of him.
Aaron Rodgers is not better than Lamar Jackson right now.
Bro, he got a Super Bowl.
So yes, that doesn't
Lamar
matter.
Jackson, he got a Super Bowl.
It don't matter, bro.
He got a Super Bowl. How many quarterbacks in history?
Bro, Aaron Rodgers ain't won a Super Bowl 10 years ago.
And Lamar Jackson won never.
Bro, he ain't even been in the NFL for 10 years, bro.
Joe Burrow's even been to the fight. How long Joe Burrow's been in the NFL, bro?
Bro, he made it to the AFC Championship game, bro.
Twice. Well, he lost to the fucking
it happened. So you know what I mean? And he's had way better teams. Lamar Jackson has not had a good team, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That team with Hollywood Brown and fucking
That was it. And they had the tight end. That was it.
Nah, bro. That team.
That was it. They was overachievers, but that was it. They only had the good tight end, and they had
and then he's been hurt.
Andrew, Aaron Rodgers won in 2010, bro. We can't keep saying this Aaron Rodgers story, and it's 2023. He ain't win a Super Bowl in 13 years.
You could probably make a case to put Jimmy Garoppolo above.
Hell no, you tripping
Lamar
now,
Jackson.
bro. You smoking.
Jimmy Garoppolo went to a fucking championship.
Yeah, but it's like you said, it's more of a team game. The 49ers that year was a way better team than the Ravens.
There you go. So,
but you taking me, it's that's what I'm saying.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh shit! You can hear me?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily who's the greatest quarterback. It's what quarterback fits the system the best, right? You got to have the coach that fits with the quarterback, who fits with the system, who fits with the players that they have on the team. So to me, it's a little bit harder than to say who's the best quarterback as opposed to who has the best team, bro. You know, Lamar Jackson probably could be great in the right system, but he also be shitty in a terrible system. You feel me? It just depends.
You talking about good system? You got all them receivers, that defense. You could put Lamar Jackson on that team, and he don't even got to do nothing.
We're saying you talking about the Jets?
Yeah. The fact that Jets didn't even make an offer, but you about to pay Aaron Rodgers $50 million, and what's the max contract? $52 million. I'm about to see
who's the highest paid quarterback.
Max contract. No, not the highest paid quarterback, but what's the new max contract?
You can have any max. It just got to line up with the
position. That's right. This shit is position based too.
All right, so let's look at the 12 highest paid quarterbacks. Number one. Oh shit! How long ago is this? Aaron Rodgers number one? I did not think that.
188 mil.
Number two, Russell Wilson. Oh my God, that's terrible.
That's what I'm saying.
Kyler Murray number three. And
Kyler Murray's not better than Lamar Jackson either.
Sean Watson number 4 now. Patrick Mahomes number 5. That's a shame.
That's a damn shame. Damn shame, bro. You can't, none of them not even close to being
Josh Allen number 6. Josh Allen, you can make a case Josh Allen better than Lamar.
Nah, Josh Allen is definitely not better than Lamar.
Daniel Jones number 7. Oh my God.
Come on, bro. If that for all that, Cam Newton need to be still in the NFL. If they don't, you could throw Cam 10 mil.
Stafford number 8. Well, he got a Super Bowl, don't he? He got Super Bowl.
Yeah, but come on, man. That was the Rams. They went and bought that Super Bowl. They had they had a 90 rated position at every position on the field. Offense and defense.
Dak Prescott number 9.
Definitely not better than Lamar Jackson.
He ain't won shit. Derek Carr number 10 with the Saints.
Bro, come on, bro.
What?
How would you?
Okay.
I'm just saying, you Lamar Jackson. Right. You looking at this list. You telling me?
You make a good point.
Time out. Come on, man. You tried to hit me with
Jared Goff number 11. Oh my God,
bro! It's no way. It's
Kirk Cousins 12.
And the thing, teams not even hitting him up. They not even contacting him. You can't tell me you replace Lamar Jackson with any of them quarterbacks.
In the free agents, you got Baker Mayfield who just signed a contract.
Trash. And they keep paying that man. Baker Mayfield is ass. He keep getting big money. I don't even know how he be touching.
Gonna get paid.
He getting paid to do nothing. He sat on the bench all last year.
I thought Sam Darnold signed a contract.
Sam Darnold was on the Panthers. Then he got cut.
But I thought he signed a contract. Carson Wentz. That's
trash, bro.
That's who you got left free agent. So at all of them, I will say Lamar is the best. Yeah. All right. You proved
that collusion. That's collusion. Because you bet into the narrative, Lamar Jackson ain't that good. Then NFL working overtime, bro. Got you think Lamar Jackson.
I think Jackson. I would say Lamar Jackson. The only person I would say maybe Aaron Rodgers, depending on your team, right?
Maybe, but even then, he's based off of what? Because last year he didn't have a good year.
Russell Wilson number 2. Oh man, woo, he's terrible.
What's that? 188 mil. They say it's the max for 3 years.
5 years, 245 million, 161 million guaranteed. And Russell Wilson is trash, bro.
Trash, bro. He looked like he just ready to retire and be on a reality TV show with Sierra and shit.
Yeah, while she twerking for some white people. And Kyler Murray, number 3. Whoever signed that man to that contract, 5 years, $230 million, need to be fired.
Yo, hold on. We got to go back to what RG3 said, yo, because he brought up Deshaun Watson, and that's not even the biggest travesty when it comes to contracts.
Yeah, he number 4, and he hasn't had a chance to even prove it. And the Browns honestly got a squad, you know.
Yeah, but Kyler Murray is a worse contract than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, big. It is now. I mean, the Cardinals had that little run, bro. Cardinals had that little run.
Yeah, but they still had amazing receiving. Yo, they had like an all NFL receiving core that year. And he was just throwing shit up to, running and throwing shit, Hail Marys, and people.
Man, that man should be playing baseball, bro. That man is 5'9". He should not be nobody. I'm sorry, but I'm not giving like a 5'9", 5'10" quarterback $230 million.
Nah, not when you got to toss over a bunch of 6'5", 360. Nah, bro. Because
you can't do that, bro.
You can't hike the ball and throw it. You got to hike the ball and step back so you can see over the line. Like you know what I mean? Right at the case, you could just blitz all day. Oh, I know he can't see. He's shorter than everybody on the line. He gonna have to.
You have to do that whole like rollout thing or play in shotgun.
You just gonna wait.
Yeah, and you can't do that every play because a good coach gonna figure you out.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. Hold on, let me see his contract. Let me look at his stat.
5 years, $230 million.
Kyler Murray's stats is ass, bro.
They gave him, and I heard he lazy as fuck. They say the boy just play Madden all fucking day. Like he don't even like work on his craft.
He be on Twitch.
Yeah, he
subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Face ass, boy.
You know what the fucked up part is? Like I said, I told you on the book, bro. Like you had a great idea for a sports program, man. You kind of got robbed. You kind of Cameron, came through, and
he probably heard me talking. It was like, hey, that nigga Mike over there. I'm gonna go get murdered too. Look at Lamar Jackson, bro. Lamar Jackson stats better than all of them too, bro.
All of who? Who you talking?
Better than Kyler Murray.
Of course.
Better than Aaron Rodgers, bro. Aaron Rodgers stats, bro. He's a whole victim out there, boy.
But if you look at Green Bay last season, bro,
Ravens was trash too.
Devontae Adams gone,
bro. If you bring up Ravens roster, you're gonna be like, I don't even know who these people are.
Nah, they had a trash roster. But like I said, bro, I gotta take the Super Bowl cat, and I'm from Chicago, bro. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I hope he fails at everything in fucking life, bro. Like this motherfucker, dude. But I have to give credit where credit is due. Otherwise, I wouldn't be myself, bro. You feel me?
I mean, he had a good season. I'm looking at his stats now. He had a solid season. I might give you Aaron Rodgers. I say, like you said, if you need a pocket passing quarterback,
or if you just got a team together already and you just need to throw a person in there to not fuck up, go ahead.
Yeah, I can see that being like the Peyton Manning on the Broncos. You can't fuck this up as long as
even if you throw Jimmy Garoppolo in there or something like that.
Jimmy Garoppolo ain't getting Jets winning. Jimmy good. I ain't saying he not good, but Jimmy he the check down king, boy. That boy height pass. It don't be nothing past 10 yards with Jimmy, boy. You ain't winning no games like that. Not in today's NFL.
Bro, that's like the Patriots like formula, bro. Then people getting them former Patriot backup quarterbacks when Tom Brady was there.
The check down kings.
All of them. What was the dude before him that was
pretty solid? Yeah.
He was a check down king too, man.
But what I'm saying, you can't tell me the NFL ain't. And like he said, like that's not.
Why would the NFL I don't think the NFL is colluding, but
I think it's the machine, right? Like he kind of said, like the agents, whoever could capitalize off of the deal, he cutting them out. And I think the quarterback position isn't one of those positions. If you're not, like, and I'll say this, right? Like if you're not an elite passer, right? If you're not Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, who else up there? Well, Drew Brees retired, but Should we do Tom Brady? I'm gonna say Tom Brady's. I'll still say he's an elite passer. He's just not an elite quarterback anymore. But if you're not a Joe Burrows, if you're not one of them players, I think the quarterback position is interchangeable, right? I think, and I'm gonna say Lamar Jackson is a good passer, but he's a great quarterback. And I think what they're saying is, well, we don't think we could win. You know, there's this notion, and this is the crazy thing I'm about to say. Remember back in the day, the running quarterback was almost like taboo, like it was like a joke, right? But now that's the standard, bro. Every quarterback that get they drafted running quarterback. So what are you saying? If that's the new model, if that's the new model quarterback is the running quarterback, Chicago, Arizona, everybody's getting running quarterbacks, bro. You know what I mean? 49ers, and he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So what is it that you're saying? Oh, we still need pocket passers? Then why don't you go get one of these pocket passers a bag? They not winning shit either. The people winning or if you ain't, and Joe Burrows ain't slow.
Well, you have to be like a combination. Like, let's look at Mahomes, right? Mahomes is not fast, bro.
Yeah, but he not slow either.
But he ain't fast. He's fucking. I would say if him and Aaron Rodgers lined up on a 40, it'd probably be
stop it. No,
Mahomes is slow as shit, bro.
No, he not, bro.
He just looks slow. Shit, bro.
He just looks slow. He ain't Aaron Rodgers slow, bro.
Oh no, bro. He's pretty slow. But Aaron Rodgers is elite at pocket passing, though.
Would you give Aaron Rodgers $50 million a year right now?
If I'm the Jets, probably.
Fuck no, I'm not giving Aaron Rodgers. What do we have? Why would you? What has he done to say I've earned $50 million a year?
Win a fucking Super Bowl.
Like he won it 13 years ago, bro. 13 years, yo. We holding on to that Super Bowl.
That's last couple years, bro.
Quarterback club was almost still out back then when he won that Super Bowl, bro. You go back. Yo, we talking about 2010, yo. 2010. That's I was 2 years out of high school.
Bro, what has
he just won MVP 2 years ago. He won MVP 2 years ago.
What has he won though?
Enough said. He won MVP.
They got the same amount of MVPs, right? Actually, how many MVPs does Aaron Rodgers have?
When the last time Aaron Rodgers made it past the first round of a playoff?
Oh man, I don't know. We have to see.
Yeah, we ain't seen a Green Bay.
Aaron Rodgers has won 4 NFL MVP awards, dog.
Damn, he got 1 ring, yo. You know what that tells me? He's a good regular season quarterback, bro. He ain't going to get you over the hump, bro.
He got 4 NFL MVPs.
And I'm not taking that away because Peyton Manning was the same way, yo. Peyton Manning looked like nobody could beat him regular season and get in the playoffs and get mollywopped every year. Every year, bro. No matter who, blame the tail. His team wasn't that good. Yo, they was building crazy teams around Peyton Manning and couldn't win a ring. Team went to the Broncos. And it's the same shit they did, yo. Aaron Rodgers is like the LeBron James in the NFL, yo. He had Randall Cobb on that roster for years, bro. Years. Randall Cobb is nowhere near his prime, and he was still eating up a roster slot because Aaron Rodgers won him on the team. And they talking about putting Randall Cobb on the Jets because Aaron Rodgers won him. Bro, ain't no way I'm eating up a roster slot for Randall Cobb at this point in his career.
I get Devontae Adams. I ain't getting Randall Cobb. Or the other dude they got for the Pack. I think he just signed a contract too.
But Aaron Rodgers, part of his winning is because he probably old school. I want to win with my guys. No, bitch, you better let that man go, get his bag, and get another ring.
But Lamar Jackson mechanics still fucked up, bro. You ever see him throw a ball, bro?
Bro, he can throw the deep ball with the best of them. He just can't throw the 10 to 20 yard ball that well. But you don't need him to. All you need him to do is if you put a team with some great receivers and a solid running game and a defense. The Ravens defense was horrible.
I still don't think he can read defenses that great, bro.
It's hard to really gauge. What I'm saying, my argument is it's hard to gauge that because the Ravens team was so ass, bro. Their offensive line was ass. Really, their running game was ass. Their receiving core was ass. We don't know what he could really do because he's never had a good team. He's never had a talented offense. I'll say he's never not had a bad team, but he's never had a talented offense.
But 2020, bro. You can't win a postseason game. 2020, they won a postseason game,
bro. But look what division he in. He got to play the Bengals. The Browns got a better roster than him. The Steelers damn near still got a better roster than them, and he still be competing.
Steelers ain't got a quarterback either.
I mean, but you talk about it's a team game. The Steelers definitely had a more talented roster than the Ravens the last 4 years.
That's debatable.
No, it's not.
Debatable. They got a better coach. Their coaching staff is fucking elite. You feel
bro? Juju Smith-Schuster, when he was on the Steelers, was better than everybody on the Ravens
last year, though.
But he was better. I'm talking about years ago. He old now as a receiver. When he was on the Steelers, the last 4 years ago, he was by far the best receiver, better than any receiver that was on the Ravens.
But you guys, the Baltimore Ravens,
except for AJ Brown,
you call them trash. They've been in the postseason 2018, 2019, and 2020. 2022, 2021 and 2022 was first season they didn't make it, right? Well, 2022 they made it. He didn't play. But if you look at the record, bro, he's 1-3 in those postseasons. With terrible stats, bro.
Yo, they in the AFC. They in the AFC North
with terrible fucking stats, bro.
I mean,
I say he hasn't earned. He top 5, right? I'll probably pay him 5th or 4th. That's what I'm thinking, bro.
I'm saying if you gonna pay Aaron Rodgers $50 million for 2 years, I'm paying Lamar Jackson $50 million, bro, because he's gonna win you games. Lamar Jackson wins you games. Ain't nobody else winning you games.
How can you say that?
Because who else is winning you games on that team? They average, like, if you look up how many points
the third string dude they had who got injured was winning them games.
Bro, I'm gonna go. Let's go look up this stat, right? Damn, they way down there. Baltimore points per game. Damn, it was only 20.4.
Yeah, bro. I'm not convinced on Lamar Jackson, bro.
Let me go 2021.
I'm not convinced. And then he was hurt pretty much the last 2 seasons, bro.
Yeah, everybody always hurt last 2 seasons. That game wasn't that good. Yeah, they was 11-5, right? In 2020. Right? They never had like crazy dominant seasons. They just win. You know, they was 11-5 ain't no super great record.
That's a pretty good record, bro.
That's a good record, but teams that are 13-3, I'm looking at them like, they good. 11-5 is you had a good year.
11-5 is pretty good, bro.
Yeah, but you're not saying they the best team in football. 11-5.
Nah, they never been the best team in football. But my point is, they had talented teams. They didn't have, you know what I mean? They had talented squads over there. But my only point is, bro, I don't think Lamar Jackson is proven, though. Would you say he's proven? A proven commodity?
Well, it depends. What are you saying is a proven commodity?
A proven commodity. Somebody that's going to come in and automatically elevate your team to a different level, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know about that. I cannot say that with confidence.
All right, would you say the Bills is a better team than the Ravens? Better team.
The Bills, yes.
Yeah. How right? Would you say the Cincinnati Bengals are a better team than the Ravens?
Of course.
Would you say let me see. The Tennessee Titans are a better team than the Ravens?
That's iffy. That's iffy.
Yeah.
That's iffy. They have a better, I would say.
They got a better team.
Yeah.
They got a better team.
I would say slightly.
All right. So the last people that they've lost to were the Titans, the Bills, and the Bengals, in which you said they were all better teams. They are all better teams. Why is the expectation they beat these teams when you just said that these teams are better? They lost to the Tennessee Titans that 1 year. When Derrick Henry ran 200 and goddamn 40 yards on their ass?
Would you say who's the Titans quarterback? Tannehill. Would you say Lamar Jackson is better than Tannehill?
We said it's the team. You said it's the team.
You said it's the team. I said everybody neck and neck, and you agree with that, right?
You said it's not like basketball.
No. Answer my question. I said Titans.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill trash, bro.
Okay. So Lamar Jackson on face value, if the teams are relatively close as far as talent, should Lamar Jackson's
All right, bro.
presence.
I'm gonna read
elevates
these
him.
stats. I'm gonna read these stats, right? Because the context of what Lamar Jackson is getting distorted, and I don't like that, right? 2020 playoff game versus Tennessee Titans, right? Tennessee won 28-12. Ryan Tannehill was 7 for 14 for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson was 31 for 59, 365 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Derrick Henry had 195 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson had 143 rushing yards. That man put up 500 total yards and combined offense by itself. You mean to tell me that the Baltimore Ravens lost that game because Lamar Jackson wasn't passing the ball?
Okay.
He 31 for 59, 365.
But you the one said team game, right? He had to do that because the team.
Yeah, because the team trash. That's what I'm saying. Well, but if you're saying why wouldn't you get this man 50 yards? Because there ain't too many people in the league going to get you 360 passing yards and 143 rushing yards in a playoff game. It ain't too many people doing that. And Rodgers ain't doing that.
He had to do that though. He had to do that.
Yeah, imagine if he don't have to do it. All right, then let's go to the I'm gonna go to the Bills game. Let's go to the playoffs versus Bills, right? All I'm saying is you falling into this NFL collusion narrative that Lamar Jackson
You
ain't
call me a
deserving.
collusionist, motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely are. Look, all right, Bills, right? 20 for 29, 144 yards passing, 1 TD, 2 interceptions, right? Josh Allen ain't have a better game passing. He went 19 for 36, 213, 1 TD, 1 interception.
But that ain't
Lamar Jackson, 11 carries for 73 rushing yards, bro. All I'm saying is ain't no Josh Allen doesn't have to do as much because the team is better on both sides of the ball.
Right, but once again, it's nothing proven though, dog.
It is proven. I just gave you the stats.
Stats don't mean shit, bro.
Stats mean a lot, bro. If you throw for 365
all,
and rush for 143 and your team get blown out.
If your team is trash, like you're insinuating the Ravens was trash, he has to do that in order for them to stay in the game. You feel me? That don't necessarily mean he's better than the next man across the ball. It just means he has to do more.
Nah, he was definitely better than.
You know what I mean? Kobe got to drop 81 in the game because the fuck that Lakers team is fucking trash.
All right, so this is the last playoff.
I don't mean
game,
he better
right?
than Jordan. What,
bro? All right, so Joe Burrow, 23 for 32, 209. Tyler Huntley, 17 for 29, 226. We gonna say Tyler Huntley better than Joe Burrow?
Bro, we can't off one game. You can't make that comparison.
This is the biggest game. This is the only game that count. Playoffs. In the
it's
playoffs,
still one game. It don't matter if it's the playoffs or the regular season. It's still a game. It's one game.
You said, but your statement was Lamar Jackson ain't did shit in the playoffs. You said that.
Well, he ain't won shit.
It ain't. He can't. What else you gonna do? How you guys gonna win the game when you run it? When you total yards is damn near 600 yards and you still get blown out? You can't. That's the defense side of the ball.
My question is, can you substitute Lamar Jackson on any of those teams that didn't win shit in the playoffs?
You put Lamar Jackson on the Bengals, they win the Super Bowl.
Get the fuck out of here. You serious?
Yo, you hating, bro. I don't know what else
you got. Joe Burrows. You saying Lamar Jackson better than Joe Burrows?
I'm just saying the style of play. He's gonna win you that game.
No, that ain't what you're saying. You saying Lamar Jackson
overall better player? Yes. If you're talking about just passing the ball, no, he's not a better passer, but a better player. Yes,
he's better quarterback.
Yes,
Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback than Joe
Burrows cannot run for 143 yards, bro.
He don't need to run for.
Yes, he do. You need every yard. Every yard count,
bro. Lamar Jackson not better than Joe Burrows.
Yo, you smoking? I don't know what you smoking today, bro.
I don't know what you smoking today, bro. It is nothing proven. You can't pull up a single stat that says.
Why do we know Allen Iverson was great? As great as he was.
Because he dragged that fucking team.
Exactly. Yo, exactly.
Lamar Jackson ain't drugged nobody to the finals.
He been dragging them through the playoffs, bro.
Bro, you drug him to a wild card?
The NFL must have
a wild card.
You got in trouble for talking about the NFL?
No, I got trouble for a lot of shit, but not talking about the NFL.
So you don't think Lamar Jackson getting jerked around? That's on what he should be getting paid.
Getting jerked around. That's why I put the video up, bro.
But you saying he not?
But he's not better than Joe Burrows.
Joe Burrows ain't getting paid either.
Yeah, I know. So what
but you say you say, yo, both of them getting jerked around. So you didn't even make no point. Joe Burrows.
Yeah, we that was a little mental masturbation, brother. But yeah, we need a sports show, bro. That made me want a sports show.
No, because you hating on Lamar Jackson.
I hate on Lamar Jackson, but I'm not paying Lamar Jackson like he's the best quarterback in the
Then who
league.
you paying that much money? You got to pay 3 people like that. Who you paying?
Who am I paying? Honestly, if I can get a discount, bro. It depends on the team, bro.
Who you paying? No, it don't depend on the team. You got to pay the best because you got to pay the best player, bro.
You don't have to. You could draft a fucking quarterback. If
ain't nobody you can draft that's better than Joe Burrows, Lamar Jackson, or Pat Mahomes.
The boy from Alabama ain't gonna be better than him.
No.
Oh man, I don't know.
Bro, that's college football. This is big time NFL, bro. You think he's gonna be better than Pat Mahomes?
Oh no, hell no.
You think he's gonna be better than Joe Burrows?
I don't know. He kind of undersized.
And he definitely ain't going to be better than Lamar Jackson because there ain't too many people that can get you 100 yards rushing and 300 yards passing. This is 2 people in the NFL that can do that.
But he needs to do that. That's the problem.
That's not his fault.
He's not a pocket passer.
He is a pocket passer. I just read off stats.
Get the fuck out, bro. They roll him out. You tell me you tell me they put him in the pocket.
Man, you better go on YouTube and type in Lamar Jackson passing highlights. You're gonna see this man in the pocket throwing bombs, strikes, bro. He be passing. See you on that Madden shit. I'm playing Madden. I'm just going hey, that's not how they play him, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. They definitely roll him out, bro.
Because you gotta roll him out because they blissing because they know he ain't got nobody to pass to. He running for his life every play.
Yeah, I don't know if Bryce Young probably like 5'11", 100.
You give him Pat Mahomes offensive line, Lamar Jackson, or Eagles offensive line. You put Lamar Jackson on the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl.
Is Jalen Hurts better than Lamar Jackson?
No. No, he's not.
He been further than Lamar Jackson.
Yo, we just talking about the teams.
He been further than Lamar. So you giving me opinion, bro.
No, I'm giving you facts.
How you giving me facts?
Has he won an MVP?
You arguing about who better?
Who has more MVPs, Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts?
Were you just arguing, team?
No, who has more MVPs? You got to answer that question.
He got one MVP and ain't went nowhere. Ain't won a fucking playoff game. Well, won playoff game.
And neither has Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts won more playoff games than him already.
He hasn't, but he's sitting at home.
How you figure that?
Oh yeah, he probably has, but he's went home too. It don't mean nothing. They don't mean what that shit mean. Congratulations for being a less loser.
This felt like an old school episode. Yo.
Hold on, but before we slide, let me bring up these stats for I disrespect Jalen Hurts because he live right in Cherry Hills. I might run into him. He had a good playoff, yo. He had a good playoff run. 27 for 38, 304. Yeah, he did his thing.
Yeah, I'm not even a Jalen Hurts fan, yo. But he did his
15.
thing.
He had 70 rushing yards. Yeah, see. Did they lose that game because of Jalen Hurts?
What? Which game?
The Super Bowl. 27 for 38, 304 yards passing, 70 yards rushing.
Nah, he just ran into
He had 3 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown, and a fumble.
Nah, they had better coaching and a better quarterback, bro.
So then you just prove my point, yo. It's nothing that Lamar Jackson could do that his team sucked. He can do everything, and then once his team get better, you're not going to win.
That wasn't even my point, though. My point is that you pay him more than the people on his list, the highest paid quarterback. Should you pay him more than Aaron Rodgers? Is he worth more than Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers ain't worth $50 million a year right now.
How you figure that? You can't prove that though.
You just said when the last time he won a playoff game, that man ain't win shit in.
You just was talking about MVPs, and he got 4 times the number of fucking MVPs.
When the last time Aaron Rodgers won an MVP?
Like 2021.
No.
Yes. Look it up.
Look at MVP. Let me see. Oh, okay, 2021. Man, they gave that shit to him. Ain't that the year they got bounced? Ain't that the year he lost the first round in the playoffs and shit?
Nah, this man won 4 MVPs, one of which was like 2 years ago, bro. And you gonna
man, he still ain't win shit. What does that even mean?
He won a Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, well, 13 years ago.
How many people won Super Bowl? 50 people in the history of the world have won a fucking Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, I mean, cool. That's a cool story. Tom Brady got 5, yo. Yo, there's one Super Bowl don't look the same anymore. Yo, one person got 5, yo. I'm sorry. You want to say Tom Brady got 5, and I wouldn't even say Tom Brady was a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers, but I am now because he got 5. It just is what it is. So Aaron Rodgers ain't won shit in 13 years, bro. 13 years. You won the Super Bowl MVP in 2021. What didn't they? Yeah, they got bounced out the playoffs quick and early.
Just like
49ers.
Just like Lamar.
And he only scored
just
10
like
points.
Lamar.
He only scored 10 points in the playoffs, bro.
Just
Aaron
like
Rodgers,
Lamar.
10 points. You the quarterback and your team put up 10 points. 10.
Bro.
That's a touchdown and a field goal.
Bro,
and you about to tell me you about to pay a quarterback $50 million a year for 1 touchdown and a field goal?
Yeah, he gotta pay. He already getting paid $50 million a year, bro.
Oh, that's the same, yo. See how we do our own black people, yo? That's why we can't never succeed. That's why we can't never succeed. Because you want to tell me that Lamar Jackson ain't deserving of a max contract, but Aaron Rodgers bum ass is. And he be doing shrooms. He admitted drug user.
Here you go, bro. Here you go. You bring up shit ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking football. Fucking let's look at Lamar Jackson career stats, bro.
Oh, let's look at him. Make sure MVP is up there.
63% completion percentage.
That's pretty good.
Yards per average pass, 7.4.
That's pretty good.
101 touchdowns, 38 interceptions. Right?
Wow, that sounds pretty good, damn good to me, bro. I'm sorry.
Now let's compare this to Aaron Rodgers, yo. 65% completion percentage, right?
Yeah, but let's look at running yards, though.
But that ain't got nothing to do with nothing,
Dude,
bro.
what you
Is he a running back or a quarterback?
Yo, you still running the ball. You still got to run as a person.
Is he a running back or a quarterback?
Nah, see, you want to take out stats that you want to look at, but you got to look at running. Let's look at scoring. Lamar Jackson running the ball. We ain't even want to talk about it. They don't even got running stats because he ran that shit up so much. He couldn't even keep track. Lamar Jackson running career. I could Google too. Stats. He got 4,437 yards running the ball. Aaron Rodgers could never. Bro.
Congratulations. You got Randall Cunningham 2.0, bro. Congratulations.
Aaron Rodgers is fucking what's his name on the Cowboys? What's that name? It's the white dude name. Funny looking quarterback. The Cowboys.
Romo?
Yeah, Tony Romo. That's what Aaron Rodgers is.
Romo ain't got no fucking soup. Anyway, bro.
No, when you play for 18 years and you get 1, that's not a good stat, bro.
Bro, how many people got Super Bowl?
Aaron Rodgers.
How many quarterbacks got Super Bowl?
So I gotta scroll down. He been playing so long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2005. Bro. Yo, he been playing for 18 years and got 1 Super Bowl. What's the percentage of him to win?
Bro, how many people got Super Bowl rings? How many quarterbacks got Super Bowl rings?
1 divided by 18. Yo, he got a point. He got 0.5% to win the Super Bowl, bro. He betting at 5% of chances to win the Super Bowl, yo.
Yo, how many quarterbacks got Super Bowl?
Not many, bro, because you know what I'm saying? It's just not many.
Exactly.
He got lucky and got 1. So why does Pat Mahomes got triple what he got in 1/3 the time? If it's about Super Bowl, that make that one Super Bowl look real bad, yo. Pat Mahomes got what, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, damn, bro. I'm sorry, that one is not holding no weight. In 17 years, you talk about how many Super Bowls Aaron Rodgers got.
If you can get into all kind of stats, how many people make the fucking how many people become a starting quarterback in the NFL, bro? Like,
bro,
if you want to play that game,
Aaron Rodgers is not 50 mil a year. See, you want to put all of these fallacies in why Aaron Rodgers should get 50, because the fallacy, we gonna make up one called the blind man fallacy, because there ain't no way I'm paying Aaron Rodgers 50 mil a year when you got Lamar Jackson over there running for 1,000 yards.
Pay him like 60 million a year. Bro.
Nah, you gonna have to pay him like 52.
Nah, you gotta pay him.
It don't go up.
You have to break the bank.
He ain't worth 60 mil, but
you gonna have to break the bank. He gonna want to be the number one, bro. Can you justify paying him 60 million a year?
Justify paying him 53.
If he'll take 53, you think
and
he'll take?
And you could sell Lamar Jackson Garrett, bro.
Bro, you could sell Gill for anybody, bro.
Nah, hell no, bro. They could never sell a Mac McClung jersey.
I'm talking about a starting quarterback, man. You can sell,
bro. You can sell a Jimmy Garoppolo energy drink.
Probably. People
Fuck
like
no,
Jimmy
bro.
G. Jimmy
His name
G look like Jimmy G got that model shit going on. No homo.
Nah, bro. I'm not buying nothing Jimmy G on it, bro. You can't buy no Jimmy G cleats. You got them Jimmy G's on, bro. Now take them shits off, big fella. You know what I'm saying? But you got them Lamars on. You know what I'm saying? You got them, you know what I mean?
Well, let's go ahead and get up out of here, man. We
disrespecting, bro. You really said that, Lamar? That's
man,
crazy.
We gonna
NFL
do
got to
you,
you,
know
bro.
What, bro?
I'm gonna have to check the harsh reality email and make sure the NFL ain't get to your ass. We have talked about.
You know what we gonna do, bro? I might get rid of Thursday. Fuck, I'm gonna replace the Thursday interviews with sports talk, bro, because you be talking real reckless on the sports shit.
You just went anti-black on us.
I ain't go anti-black, bro.
Yo, if anybody's been listening past this 3-hour mark, you know that DA went anti-black.
I ain't going anti-black, bro. Sports is fucking sports, bro.
So you know the NFL be on some bullshit, and you talk about Lamar Jackson don't need this 50 mil. That's blasphemy. I'm about to
say he gonna 160. Is he not gonna 160?
He worth 53.
He gonna take 53.
53 make him the highest paid quarterback.
I don't think he's gonna take 53 though, bro.
Bro,
beeping in my fucking background.
I'm appalled, bro. I really feel violated.
Yo, you know what? Yo, send an email if you want to see a fucking harsh reality sports segment, bro. A sports pod, because I think you need some humbling, bro. You be saying some wild shit, bro.
Bro, I do this, bro. I be watching this
some wild shit.
You a Bears fan, bro? I'm not even talking to nobody that watch.
I was born a Bears fan, bro.
Damn, that's even worse.
I didn't choose the shit. I was born in the shit. You feel
me? Bro.
You chose your team. You feel me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you chose your team. You chose a shitty team.
Back when nobody was a Ravens fan, I was a Ravens fan.
But you chose a shitty. You don't even live in Baltimore, bro.
Yeah, I'm close enough. I'm closer to Baltimore than you
haven't lived in Baltimore, bro.
Yo, I used to go to M1 games all the time in Baltimore. What you talking about?
But you didn't live there.
So what?
So how you gonna be a fan of a city you don't even fucking live in, dog?
Yo, that's like being a Nets fan. I can't be a Nets fan.
You in Jersey, right?
They used to be in Jersey too. They not in Jersey no more. Where I gotta not be a Nets fan.
Never lived in Baltimore. Matter of fact, they used to be the Browns. Were you a Browns fan,
bro? They recruit from Rutgers all the time.
Fan?
They recruit from Rutgers all the time. If you look at
your question, was you a Browns fan before they moved to Baltimore?
Who? I was never a Browns fan.
All right, so that team ain't even new. That team came 96 or some shit, 98.
Who, the Ravens? Yeah. I've been a Ravens fan since like 98.
You was already like a fucking teenager, dog.
Yo, I had a Tony Saragusa jersey, bro. Not a Ray Lewis.
But you was already a teenager. So who was you a fan of before?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I wasn't a fan of nobody because I ain't like the NFL back then. I was a basketball player.
So you ain't like the NFL to the Ravens game?
Nah, because everybody was a Cowboys fan, and I hated the Cowboys.
About my Bears shit. I was
The Bears is trash.
5 years old watching the fucking Bears. You didn't even watch the NFL.
Yeah, because I knew better. Ain't nobody was watching that trash ass NFL. Only thing I watched was Packers, Broncos, and Falcons.
And then they was good then. You didn't even watch the motherfuckers when they suck.
Why would I do that? Who wants to watch shitty teams, bro? Nobody want to watch shitty teams.
You a bandwagon. You was born a bandwagon fan.
Nah, I'm a real fan. You just
like when you was fucking following Mello around.
Yo, you just went on a 2-hour segment about how great Aaron Rodgers is as a Bears fan.
I don't
want to hear. I don't
go and great at. I said he needs to get paid more money than fucking Lamar Jackson. That's what I said.
Blasphemy. You can't be a Bears fan talking like that, bro.
But you trying to flip the script.
Nah,
on your bandwagon shit, bro.
What flipping? What script? I'm consistent with mine.
Bro.
You telling the op they should be getting paid more than a non-op.
Nah, you went on a whole different subject, bro.
No, I didn't. you rooting for the ops. I'm rooting for the team I'm stuck with. You can't be a Bear fan talk about Aaron Rodgers should be getting paid, blah blah blah.
And I said, bro, I gave the caveat. I don't like this cat, bro.
Yeah, but you still room for the ops. That's like me saying I don't like white supremacists, but he got a good point there.
Yo, get the fuck up out of here, man. What you got do going on, man?
Bro, I'm just healing, bro. I got a torn Achilles hooping. I'm that's why I've been on homework, finishing up my master's, and I'm just healing, bro. I've been taking time off work. I ain't working, still getting the check.
Word.
It's been nice. So I ain't really, with the family supposed to be moving to the UK. So I'll be 6 hours ahead.
Oh, that's gonna be rough, Jack.
Yeah, it'll be rough. It might be good, come back like a Super Saiyan, in better shape, more money.
Gonna get your Idris Elba on, bro.
Yeah, probably. Come back
with an accent.
Come back sounding like what's the comeback sounding like Stormzy and shit.
Oh man, it's good to have you back, man. I missed you the last couple weeks, but I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent. You know what, bro? I got tired of talking about the same shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I go on some of these pods and shit. It's like the same shit.
Yeah, dude. That's why the sometimes the ignorant talk. And maybe we talk about this on another pod, but the pros and cons of this space in a show community. And I was talking to my homie about this. Kind of what you see in what the pearly things, like the red pill community, where you get a lot of groupthink. You get a lot of groupthink, and you get a lot of people that want to feel it's one thing to think a certain way, but it's another way when everybody starts to feel the same type of way too. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, I'm one of them anti-fillers, right? When everybody's going left, I'm gonna just go right. Even if right it's the wrong way, I'm gonna just go make it work, So I can see where because you do it so consistently and you go on other people's platforms and you speak your shit, sometimes it's even hard to make content, I would guess, when everybody's saying the same thing.
Word, bro. And I'm a solution-based nigga, man. I'm a goal-oriented person. So when I feel like I'm like on the hamster wheel, dog, when I feel like I'm like talking about the same shit, I could be doing other shit, man. I could cut my grass, bro. I could be spending time with my kid or some shit. Like I just hate when I'm not doing. I don't feel like I'm doing nothing productive, at the time and shit like that.
I think too. What's his name back from Tyndall? Black Panther.
You talking about Red?
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's super active. I'd love to have him on the show, pick his brain, just hear about his journey too, right? Because the Red we know ain't the Red that we see. And I think it's important to understand, the pitfalls and then, what motivate people to actually get active, right? And then and then also too, like there's sometimes when I listen to other people's stuff, I feel like it's sometimes out of touch with what reality is too, right? Like you can feel a certain type of way and want certain things, but there's also a protocol to the world that we all still have to follow, regardless of, ain't nobody trying to live homeless, and like there's a protocol that we still have to follow, right? And I think it takes for more engineering to mobile. Like we can't, like how the future's going. It's almost like the old tactics ain't gonna work. Right. I would like to see, more, because I've been actually diving into I've been listening to Boyce Watkins because he talks more business, talks about stocks, and I've been trying to do more trading.
Boyce Watkins fucking retarded. You know more about stocks than Boyce, bro.
Yeah, but if you don't know, you're gonna reach out to something that has a platform, right? So just learning. I'll read between the lines, and I would like to see people that know these answers to better equipped us economically, right? Like saying what we should be doing socially, that's cool. Like we talked about, a lot of the social stuff is even laughable now. It's not going to have the effect to the outside like it used to. It's not as impactful because we contradict ourselves in our community a lot, right? We allow Tekashi 6ix9ine to say the N-word, get mad. Then when he is snitched, we mad at him snitching, but we ain't mad at him for saying the N-word with rainbow hair. You know what I'm saying? But so, I would love to see more content creators, or maybe, people just equipped us better, because I'm a learner. I like learning from people, and I'm not a feeling-based person. I want to take something that somebody taught me, go apply it, and be like, oh shit, that shit worked. I made $50 today, off the market or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I found, just through a lot of this space, it just became very feelings-based. Like, and it's not just this space, it's all the YouTube, right? And there's so much YouTube generated per day, and it's a bunch of philosophies. I don't have time for philosophies because I'm broke. I make a lot of money, but I'm broke. I need some money.
I mean, and to that point, a lot of the thinkers, like the academics, the academia people, they don't really do shit but talk and think and shit. Like the action is minimal. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like I know a lot of people who are very smart as far as like throwing out hypotheticals in terms of, being very philosophical in their thinking and things like that. And half of them people don't really do shit. You know what I mean? Half on pussy too. You feel me? Like they don't really do anything that's tangible, that has a result. And even then, like even when I started this platform, bro, motherfucker was active. Like motherfucker was in the streets. You feel? Motherfucker was doing mentorship and shit like that. The kind of pandemic slowed shit down a little bit. But that's kind of more so what I wanted to focus on. You know what I'm saying? Like this should be an outlet to things that you're actually doing, whereas you can talk about shit that's out there. You feel me? But some people, their only fucking goal is to be a social media influencer. Whereas I'm like Jeezy back in the day. I ain't one of these rap niggas. You feel me? I ain't one of these social media motherfuckers. I'm active. You feel me? I do my thing. So once things kind of slowed down, it made me less motivated in that area. You know what I'm saying? Although I think it is, you can't get some value from this though. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. I think you get value from anything. I just think when you and it's just me. It's not, it's just my personal thing. I'm a person, I've never really had people look at me and say, I want to go show him something. It's always one of those things where people are like, oh, he already got everything, right? So I'm a learner. I love learning. I like being able to learn, touch, apply. And then if it works, I'm going to just rinse and repeat. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when you're asking people, and I'll specifically talk about, this community, this space, and a lot of the other stuff, not even what off of the KWAZ, but just in the YouTube space, a lot of people want people to do things that they're not doing. And they'll be like, we need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do this. We need to do that. And it's like, well, I like to see who people are day to day. You know what I mean? Like, not no shade to her, but Melanie King, she talks about what women should be doing. Yo, you had a failed marriage. how you telling women what they should be doing and you didn't succeed at what you did?
You failed. You're a failure.
You failed. You're a failure. But you condemning women by their behavior. Well, something wasn't right in your relationship. And I believe she the one that filed for divorce. So you was the perpetrator. You wasn't sticking it out. But you going on these platforms and telling these black people how they should be living and how to better the black community, but you ain't living that way. You're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Or it's a lot of Derek Jacksons out in this world, out in these potting streets, and not just with relationships, but in general. And it can kind of be boring when you can't take something and even get a laugh out of it, because it's all entertainment at the end of the day. But if it's going to be a serious nature, I want something to apply it to. You know what I mean?
Word.
But it is what it is. It's all good space. I like good conversations. But I can see for you, because I don't do it as consistently as you, but I can see for you, and knowing who you are, I can see a conversation very quickly going to, but I'll beat you up in real life because you don't really do. You know what I'm saying? Like like yo, you not like that. I know you not like that, and but you coming on behind a mic and a camera and trying to be like that. Like it's certain things. I think it's because of it's everything's fine and dandy, but there's still a protocol to how we move. Like realistically, how are we moving out here as a community, right? Like, let's not all act like everything's peaches and cream, and understand, like, if you don't know how to move in these streets, you got to know how to move in these streets. I can go back to my hood, people come out and I go back to my hood. I'm good in my hood, you know what I mean? And I can go to a corporate boardroom. I can go back to my hood. I'm good. I'm great everywhere because I understand the protocols. You can't go in there preaching about shit that you don't really understand, and that's kind of what I hate about some of the communities, because it's like, not everybody's plan of action is going to reach every community, because there's some things that's just beyond control, beyond reproach. You know what I mean? Like, some things not all, I know people that sell drugs because they have to. I know people that sell drugs because they just want to. You know what I mean? But there's some people that have to do the shit. You know what I mean? I know, where it almost turns into like a Saint Sinner kind of thing, of what's right and wrong. And I'm not a right or wrong person. I'm a like you said, a solution-based person. Like, let's look at the data, let's look at what the problem is, and then talk about what could be done, And I think a lot of times I hear a lot of feeling-based shit of, oh, this is the people that's to blame. It's the men, it's the women, especially right now, where I see a lot of blame in the community. Oh, it's the men, it's the women. Oh, shit.
A lot of generalization shit. You feel me? Yeah. You get a lot of generalization shit. You get a lot of anecdotal shit where people take their limited experience. You got people that grew up in small towns, so of course your experience may be different than somebody who grew up in a city or something, but then you equate that to 330 million people. You feel me?
Yeah, like
it doesn't work like that. You feel me?
It don't at all.
And if you're not active, right? If you're not out here and actually talking to people and experiencing people and talking to people, that's why I talk to everybody, bro. I talk to the cracker to the niggas most nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I talk to everybody. That's always the way I've been, because I feel as though, you have to get those experiences, bro. You have to see people you got to meet people where they at, bro.
Yeah, and you can learn from everybody too.
Yeah, and that way you can move accordingly after you get that. You know what I'm saying? That's always been the way I move. And I've always judged people by their individual experience. You feel me? I'd never generalize anybody. I would never get a female on this podcast or something and be like, yo, all women are this. That's why, I added women to the podcast to be like, yo, what's your perspective about this? Because I want to hear your real life experience and people I know that live life, that go outside and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't add no social media personalities to shit. I don't even interview those type of people because you ain't even really living life. You feel me? I talk to people who I know been outside. You know what I'm saying? That's always the way I've been. But when I'm not seeing, and honestly, bro, this is time. What we on here about 3 hours at this point, right? 3 hours. Motherfucker had the prep time. Motherfucker had to get subjects. People got to pay for the damn streamcast fucking thing and shit like that. So it's like, it's dedication involved in this. I ain't doing this shit for my health. So if I'm doing some shit whereas I'm feeling like I'm spending, whether it be time, whether it be money, or whatever, I would rather feel as though I'm providing some kind of service to people. You know what I mean? I kind of rationalize it with at least as if my kids can kind of listen to this shit and hear my thoughts on shit when they get a little bit older and understand things a little better than that.
One thing too, I'll say, and it's just, I won't say giving flowers. I hate that term, but since you started this pod and since I've been a part of the show, we said some things that actually transpired.
Oh, we killing it.
We say a lot of things that actually transpire. And when people talk to me about some stuff, in public or when I have private conversations, and I'll say well, I said this on the pod. Like people be like, yo, how are you so knowledgeable? I'll be like, yo, because I had to research this before I talked about it. You know what I mean? And they be like, and then I challenge people because I'll be like, yo, I just had a whole show about this. But you intrigued now. But if I tell you go out listen to the show, you ain't gonna listen to the show. You know what I mean? Word. So it's like you don't really care about it. It's just a talking point to make you feel cool about yourself because being conscious is cool now. So you don't really care because if I say yo go listen to this 1.5-hour show and I give you the actual time clip of when we talked about it, and they won't go listen to it. So but I say you should feel proud because like you said, when you go look back, some things don't hit. Like Jay-Z's reason about Boo Doubt didn't go platinum till years later. You know what I mean? I think when you go back and you kind of can look at some of the things, and, we still take a stance on something, right? It's better to stand for something than to stand for nothing. And, I remember during the whole pandemic, I remember when people was looking real goofy posting jab cards, bro, people don't understand. When I was not for that, I was working for the government. I should have got fired. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, I wasn't just talking. I had kids that, I wasn't just talking. I had kids that depended on me to put food on the table, and I was willing to say F that. I'm gonna make it work somehow, some way in the middle of a pandemic when everybody was financially suffering because I'm not getting that jab. You know what I'm saying? And I stand on it, and now here it is 2 years later, and they coming out that whole shit was a hoax. And the U.S. is the one that funded the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like when you look back and really look at some of the stances and look at some of the things we talked about, at least politically, I say our political shit has been kind of very accurate. And just even with good common sense, right? Because I ain't no biologist and I ain't no economist, but just with common sense and life experience, a lot of shit hit, like stained them. Like if I put a bet parlay in, like some of these episodes was parlays, bro, I'd be up $250,000 right now off of $1, bro. I'm hitting $300,000, 300 plus 300,000 parlays off of this trip, right? For real. You know what I mean? So there's at least, depending on the audience size, I think you should always have something that's you can be proud of and say, I took this stance, and this stance was valuable because I didn't fall in line. Like it's one thing to I'm saying, if people don't know, I had to write a character statement for you for work because if people don't know, like you one of them people like, no, don't go get that. You was like, I ain't getting that shit. Hey, you write a character statement. You know what I mean? So, that's what I'm kind of talking about. Like some people on the mic, like, oh, don't get the jab, but you a nurse and you like, oh, I got to pay my bills somehow, and you go get it anyway, but you mad you got it. Where, at least I could say wholeheartedly, we was two people, both with a lot to lose in the industry where you can't really say no, right? And we was still like, fuck that shit. Like, y'all niggas gonna have to catch me, bro. Fuck that.
But
got it off.
Yeah, we got it off, man. But we survivors, man. We come from nothing, bro. That's kind of what I rock with you, bro. Initially when I met your ass, I'm like, this light-skinned motherfucker, I ain't fuck with this motherfucker.
That's how everybody felt.
But as I got to know you and talk to you, I'm like, yo, like we share a lot of similar shit, bro. As far as personality wise, as far as being principled, as far as our perspective on life and things like that.
And I think, like you said, principle is the biggest thing, right? Like how I carry myself. I'm very by the book, very masculine when it comes to a lot of certain things. I play around and joke a lot, but I try to be reliable in my perception on life, on how I carry myself, right? Like if I'm on here talking about I ain't doing this, just believe I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? If I say, I'm doing this, then, best believe I'm standing true in my real life. I don't just come on a mic and just be like, for whatever reason, to be cool. Like I really live by the things I say. You know what I'm saying? So, I think one of the things that you should always be proud of is knowing that you're a person that that live by what you say. It's kind of hard in this space, and this is kind of what I think I was saying in a long about way. It's that when you're a person that really live that shit, and you talking with people that you know that don't live that shit, and you got to have a debate with these people, or even a conversation with these people as a man, it's kind of hard because it's like, yo, you're not really out there like that. You're not really, you know what I mean? You're not like that. You know what I'm saying? And I can see for you being more, just knowing you, where I can see why you feel the way you feel, because you're one of them people that actually lived it. You lived it in all levels, right? You've done corporate, you're doing corporate, you've done the street, you've done the military, right? Those are the three factors, right? If you, if you ain't going to college, go to the military, right? If you ain't, if you in the streets, go get a job. If you can't go to the job, go to the military, right? So you've done the trifecta, right? And so you have, a unique perspective where you're not talking from a biased, very linear perspective. You're talking from a very well-rounded, what are you, 37?
38, bro. Hit 38, bro.
That's 38 years, right? Of seeing a little bit of everything, where I know some people that's still living in the same room I grew up in at 40, 42, right? And so, and it's not to judge everybody else's content or whatever, but I think it just means no matter how big or small the platform is, I think, like you said, years down the line, when you're talking about some of these events in history books, because the pandemic will definitely be in the history book, you can kind of see who took a stance, and you have a historical record of, I took this stance, I was this type of person, and I really felt this, right? Record books down the line, when they talking about Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying? You can be like, nah, that motherfucker was shit. I got documented, stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, bro, I got a banned from people. I had my OG call me, talk about like it's been nuts, man. It's been nuts, man. But I've stand on my principles, man. Like, I've had people that listen to this pod or whatever and talk to in real life, and they like, yeah, man, you was right. I was talking about Juicy Smollett, bro. We was first one. I'm like, yo, I don't believe.
Yeah, you was the first person to say that. I thought I was kind of on the line, like it could have happened. You was like, nah, it's Chicago, bro. I know my city. That shit ain't happened. Even before the evidence came out, you said, nah, that's my city, bro. I know ain't nobody doing that shit. And then
not that area he was at, bro.
Yeah,
I know my city.
You called it though. You was like, nah, bro, that shit is false. He lying. Sure enough, and you was like, I talked to other people in Chicago, he lying. And that shit, he was like, got court lying quick. You know what I'm saying? So, like a lot of shit, bro. Like, even like, it's funny because I always with a lot of the political shit. Oh, you're a Trump supporter. Like,
yeah, that's too. And I never voted for that motherfucker a day in my life.
Shit, I don't even know the last time I voted, bro. People gonna call me ignorant. You don't be voting, so how you gotta?
But when you say like, yo, Jim Crow Joe ain't the way to go, bro. It's like, oh, you got the MAGA hat, don't you?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Bro, I'm not rocking with any of these people, bro. And it always confuses people too, because when the motherfucker when back was Obeezy was in office and shit, motherfuckers would rally and shit, be like, yo, like the one thing that was funny during the Orange Man era, during the Trump era, is that when you was like, yo, this motherfucker's a dumbass, bro. And then it'd be that they'll start talking shit about Obama, and I'd be like, fuck him too. And it would just totally throw people.
I dare you. You know what people hit me with so who did you vote for during the time? I was like, yo, I ain't vote for Obama. I thought that was a whole government ploy. I knew that shit was something wrong. And they be like, so how do you even have an opinion? I said, yo, I'm not one of the people that's just gonna vote for no reason, bro. I've never been that person. And when I can go back and talk about some of the plights, like, yeah, Obama did this, but what has he really done economically for us? If you look at international policies, foreign policy, horrible foreign policy, bro, created a whole slave trade. When I start talking about this stuff, it's like, oh, well, cops are racist in America. It's like, yo, we got to look at the whole body of work. You know what I mean? I don't just base off of anything. And so, I've even had these conversations with people that call themselves intellectuals and been able to just, because some of the research, we used to research a lot. I used to research in the earlier episodes, spend like a day or maybe some hours researching topics. Now I kind of like do a quick research and kind of like fly off the hinge a little bit. But, even being able to have these opinions that aren't in steered conversations, right? Because I told my family, for example, don't get the jab. don't do it. You're not at risk. Why are y'all getting boosters? You already got a shot. You know, and now it's like, now everybody mad. Before they was mad for I wasn't back, you know, wasn't jabbed up. And now they feeling, yo, this is bullshit. Why do I gotta get a third booster? They even and I say, yo, I told you not to do that. I brought you clinical research. Clinical research and showed you why. And you know, they be like, yo, you was saying that. You know, and a lot of that was predicated to having to come prepared for the show to really look at issues and not just have a feeling about it, right? So, you know, I say, you know, toot your own hand, toot your horn, and be proud of what you built and what you're consistent with. You said episode 45. That's 45 weeks.
It's way more than that, to be honest with you.
You know,
the interviews and all that.
The present episodes.
Yeah, we probably more like around 60 something, maybe 70. But you know what, man, it was funny too, because a person we mutually have in the comment and shit was like, yo, my wife is a nurse and blah 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 and blah blah. I had people argue me that, bro. I stood on my square, bro. That's one thing I would say. I stood on my square. When I don't feel something's right, it ain't right, bro. I had people argue me about all types of bullshit.
But that's some bullshit too. My wife is a nurse. She's not a doctor. What clinical research? What does your wife have being a nurse? Her job isn't to go look at virology. That's a virologist's job to see how that stuff affects people. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a nurse's job. Why would she know better than doctor? And that's the shit that I hate. You know, that was in that one segment we had. Well, I'm looking at who's educated. Yo, that doesn't mean you know about what field to study you in. That just means you're a philosopher in your field of study.
If anything, you're more indoctrinated, bro. Because the more educated, I found that too. The more educated you are, the more, honestly, American education is just nothing more than inputting indoctrination into you. You know what I'm saying? That's why some of the most cool motherfuckers you're gonna meet got master's degrees and shit. You know what I mean? It's because they've been more indoctrinated, bro. They've been more taught, and now they're cocky because they feel as though they know everything. I got this advanced degree. I know
education expensive, right? So if you don't got the money, you ain't gonna never have it. So it's more like hey, I got money, you don't. You know, it's like it's one of them corny things, right? But like we know, bro. Like, you know, I come from humble beginnings. I don't even have a high school education. I dropped out of high school. You know what I mean? And I have a master's degree, and you know, I don't look at people with master. I don't go around saying, well, I have a master's degree, I know more. What I will say is that I have a way of thinking through my master's, through engineering, where it allows me to systematically look at things differently, right? But I don't look at, you know, I got homework due today. I got class tomorrow. I'm going to that class like, yo, I'll handle this Tuesday, bro. And I ain't even going to do no homework tomorrow. Me and the wife going to New York. I'm gonna go to this dumpling spot, eat some dumplings, be mad fat, and go to class, and that be that, you know. And I wish I had more time and resources to help build platforms like this. Like you were saying, like when you had hit me on Facebook and say, yo, they took your idea, you know, I really felt that, because it's like
they did, bro. They stole I remember you telling me months ago, bro, maybe even a year ago, about your sports idea, and me knowing your personality, right? And you being even an East Coast nigga, you feel me? You would have did that so much. And honestly, Cameron a bullshitter, bro. He don't, you know, shout out to
he
Cameron.
don't watch sports like that.
Yeah, but he not like you, bro. He don't got that research intellectual shit going on, bro. He just gonna talk a little shit, get mace on them because they popular. You know,
they already got a following, and they funny though. The shit is funny though.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny, but you entertaining motherfucker too. So I'm like, yo, you could have did that. So, and you still can, honestly, bro.
No,
I think they're gonna fizzle out anyway. I don't think that man's gonna be dedicated.
I think they're gonna get tired of doing it.
Yeah, they're gonna get this shit is hard, bro. People don't realize this shit is hard, bro. You gotta make a itinerary for every episode. You gotta record it. You gotta pay the money for it. If you don't immediately see the results, a lot of people just quit. You feel me?
What was stopping me was the camera. I got a camera now, and then the other thing was just time, bro. Like time, you know, like, and for people that don't know, there's some insight. You know, 2018, I moved back to Jersey. I was caught in Hurricane Michael. Had to evacuate. Came back home. I've been juggling rent and mortgage for 4 years. If you ever going through an emergency, read your insurance policy. I'm saying this not as a learning curve. I never read my insurance policy. Luckily, we had a good policy, but they was jerking us for 4 years. They're going to jerk you. And if it's a one-off, like your house just get flooded and it's one house, yeah, you're good. But when a whole city gets jacked up, they're going to try to mitigate their losses. So, we couldn't get a renter in a house until November 2022. Guess what I do November 22? I quit my job so I can hit the gym and work on my health. And I tore my Achilles the second day in the gym, right? Wow. So you know what I'm saying? So like for me, I haven't even had a full year to not have to work extremely hard. You know what I mean? Fun and games. But I work extremely hard to provide for my family as a man. And I didn't even know about military disability until last year. You know what I mean? I didn't get a military disability check until October 2022. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was only I got backdated 3 months. Big whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like big whoopie doo. You know what I'm saying? So,
something better than none, bro.
Oh, sorry, but I still had to pay the organization. I still owe them like one more thing for the first term, right? So,
motherfuckers like to
they make sure. Hey, we just want to help you.
Make sure you send us a decision letter.
You get it when I get it, bro. But to say all of that, some things are easier said than done. And like I said, you at least doing it. I really pay homage to what you're doing. And you doing yours just motivated me too, because I was like, yo, I really want to do this sports thing, because I be sports betting. I stained a ticket about 2 weeks ago for a rat off like $2, bro. You know what I mean? Hit a crazy parlay. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I'll be watching. I watch all the games. I watch WNBA, basketball, football. Started watching baseball, and I watch it from a fan perspective. Where my idea came from is that you got all these athletes and ex-veterans, right? Gilbert Arenas, JJ Redick, KG, Matt Barnes. These are all prior players. They don't have a fan perspective that pop.
Right.
They talking from the inside out, and it's interesting because they're in the top 0.001%, right? Nobody knows how the NBA really works. And they only but 500 NBA players every year, right? You know what I mean? But who cares about that shit? I'm a fan, you know what I mean? I'm a Knicks fan, and we suck every year, goddamn it. You know what I mean? I want to talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Julius Randle, stop shooting 10 threes a game, nigga. Who you think you is, Melo? You know what I'm saying? But he go out there and be hitting them shit. You know what I'm saying? So, really when I throw it out there, the name, and I actually got a business ID for the pod. And it'll probably move it under my S Corp that I'm building for tax purposes. But it was called Hooping and Hollering. And it's supposed to be like you watch the KMMA, it's just really sports topics going there, and just how we talked about the Lamar Jackson shit, and then just put it out there and see what happened, you know what I mean, and brand it. So I still might do it. We could still do it too. It's just a matter of, you're dictated around sport events happening, right? So like, if you're not doing it every day, you have to do it Thursday, and by Thursday, if it's something big, like John Moran, right? Then it's already late. Then you're already late, right? So that was another thing where it was trying to nail down everybody else's schedule, right? Like, yeah, you do. You gotta. One of the things, you gotta manage other people's schedules. So if you need somebody to come on a Wednesday, well, how do you do that? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that shit rough, Jack.
That shit rough, right? That's stuff that I know you go through, and people that's doing it go through. But when you creating these things, you have these ideas, you gotta then start figuring out how do you compensate for these problems, and that shit wasn't worth my time. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll get to it when I start chopping down some of these things. But I think it's still a good idea, bro. In all honesty.
Yeah, hey, I tell you what, man. Like I said, man, you was there for me from day one of this pod. If you want me to come help you with the sports shit, bro, I'm there from day one. You need a co-host, whatever you need, help with production, whatever. I got you, bro. I got you. Just let me know if you want to fucking do it. You're serious about it, and I'm there, yo. For whatever the fuck you need, and I know what the fuck I'm doing because I'm doing this shit.
Yeah. You already invented this shit.
4 fucking years.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, and we could. I was thinking that show. Yeah, we'll talk about it off bar because we've been rocking for about 4 hours now. You know what I mean? Which is
Word. And that's another thing too. It's like, yo, even phone conversation. I've been being on the phone with your ass about the afternoon to it's like,
yeah, you could do that.
It's like 11 p.m. Like,
you do that.
Yeah, so shout out to you, man. My brother from another mother, man. That's all I got. Let's go ahead and wrap this joint up. If you don't got anything, I ain't got anything. So I say on behalf of everybody here at the Harsh Reality Podcast, peace.
Adios.
Greetings, everyone. This is Koku from the Bitter Medicine Podcast, inviting you to tune in to the Bitter Medicine Podcast on KWAZ Radio.
Peace, family. This is Oni, inviting you to listen to the pro-black perspective, where black problems are addressed with black solutions.
Greetings, fam. Tune in to The Learning Curve with me, the revolutionary matron on KWAZ Radio.